What's up, guys? It's your boy TPP, and I'm back with that True Crime Talk live, baby. Let's go. Happy Saturday, y'all. How y'all doing? Good to see everybody. Good to see everybody. All right. Yeah. And you thought I wasn't going to come live today, didn't you? I know I was busy, guys. I had to work this morning, have more stuff to do after work. So, you know what I mean? It pushed me back a little bit. But yeah. No excuses, though. Too many excuses. Before we jump into it, guys, smash that like, smash that share, let them know we're getting in here, getting the conversation started. And if you're new here, smash that subscribe. Let me see who I got in the room. All right, guys. Darzilla, good to see you. Step V, good to see you. Sam's rocks more. Oh my lord, good to see Sam. You made one. Let's see, Miss Julie Delt, good to see you. Donna Clark, Miss Donna, good to see you. Nanny 423, good to see you. Miss Pat Gaines, good to see you. All right, guys, good to see everybody. Hope you guys are having an awesome Saturday or had an awesome Saturday. I know it's kind of evening or night or whatever time, depending on where you're at. But yeah, so tonight, what I got planned for the show, I don't know how long it's going to be. I don't think it's going to be a super long show tonight, guys. What I got planned for the show is we're going to go over a little YNW Melly, the recent updates. One that I already went over in a previous live, and then the stuff that just went down recently in court. There's some stuff going on both sides. I really don't know how this is going to go, to be honest with you, but we're going to cover it. Let me see what you guys are saying in the chat. Let me see what y'all are saying. Barracuda in the house. I like it. All right, guys. So let me cue up this first little bit that we're going to go over on this YNW Melly stuff. But like I said, this first video is going to be a repeat, but I want to go over it for people that haven't seen it, don't know what's going on, haven't caught the update. You know how it is. And then I'm seeing that you guys really are into this fish idea, and I'm digging it. I'm really digging that you guys are into this fish idea. Really am. Wasn't sure how you guys want to take to it, but I'm digging it. All right, guys. But before we jump into this YNW Melly stuff, we are at almost 25. Wait, let me check real quick. Let me make sure I'm giving you guys the right numbers. Okay. Let's see. So right now it's saying we're at 2,484 watch hours. So we're a little bit closer. But like I said, this thing doesn't calculate and give me updates very, accurately. So probably within the next 24 hours, I'm assuming we should be at like 25 something in the next couple hours. But dude, we're close, guys. And I just want to say I appreciate you all. Yeah, for doing what you've been doing, for cranking my content out on the devices, letting those watch hours run up. We're almost there, guys. And then also, big shout out to all the supporters that have donated already this month. Darzilla, thank you. Criminal Med, thank you. Sassy7, thank you. Jeannie Ange, thank you. And Miss Darcy. You just left Darcy on the thing, so Miss Darcy, thank you. All right, guys, I appreciate you all. And your names, like I said, next month will be up on the wall that we have at the beginning of every show. You guys rock. Can't thank you enough. Can't thank you guys enough. And then the other bit of housekeeping before we jump into it is links for all the socials and links for all the donations are in the description for the video and also the channel description. So if you don't have them, that's where you find them. And also the email will be in the same locations. So if you have a case you want me to cover, you know what I mean? Or you just have some information you want to pass along, hit me up, guys, hit me up. All right, let me catch back up in chat, make sure I got everybody before I get rolling. All right. Oh, and Miss Julie Delt, I see you dropping the aquarium. I think we should call it the lagoon. How about that? The lagoon. Sounds a little bit more, tropical, a little bit more, You know what I'm saying? Right? No, yeah, I like it. I like it though. I think we should rock with that. Lagoon sounds it sounds, like a vacation. You know what I mean? And when y'all show up here, it should be like a vacation from life. While we're hanging out here, I want you to think about all the outside stuff. We here right now. So the lagoon, you know what I mean? Sounds like a little vacation every night. Or whenever I decide to pop up. I'm sure you guys will give me some feedback. I'm sure. All right, guys. All right. So this first little bit of the live though tonight, the show is going to be for the YNW Melly people that are watching this trial, that are into this trial. I'm not sure if any of them are here, but we're going to play it. They can replay it. Yeah. But anyways, give me some twos in chat if you can hear it. I want to make sure y'all can hear it. Let me go ahead and get this sound cranked up just a little bit more, and let's run it.
Another twist just released in the double murder trial involving South Florida.
Whoa. Let's adjust that speed, though. I don't remember bumping it to that. Let's go. Let's go normal on that one. We can go normal on this one. Back it up.
Another twist just released in the double.
All right, I see the twos. Thank you. Miss Julie Doe, Steffi, Donald Clark. I see them. Appreciate y'all.
Murder trial involving South Florida rapper YNW Melly. Melly's co-defendant YNW Bortland was booked into a Miami jail Monday night and is being held behind bars on an out-of-county warrant. We just confirmed the warrant is out of Broward County for witness tampering. The warrant obtained by Law and Crime Network states as follows. On or about April 10, 2023, continuing through and including July 22, 2023, Cortland Henry, a.k.a. Bortland, along with others, did unlawfully and knowingly engage in misleading conduct toward another person with the intent to cause or induce them to withhold testimony. The warrant continues the alleged witness had been summoned by the legal process to the jury trial of Jamel Dimmons, a.k.a. YNW Melly. The dates in the warrant are important. Jury selection for Melly started in mid-April, and a judge declared a mistrial on July 22nd, the same day the warrant claims Bortland allegedly tampered with the witness.
Dude, there's some there's some FS going on both sides, and I know a lot of y'all know what I mean by FS, right? I'm sure y'all can, you get it in chat, right? You've been around the block or two. On both sides, both the defense and in the prosecution, on both sides, man, there is some high levels of FS going on in this trial. It's insane, guys, because like I've said before, I've read the affidavit. I've listened to a breakdown of this affidavit by law enforcement, like high-level law enforcement, and I really believe that he did this. But because things have been done wrong on both sides, dude, I'm really worried that this case is going to get completely thrown out and this dude's going to walk. It's insane. It's absolutely insane. Oh, there she is. Tennessee sweetheart. Good to see you, ma'am. Good to see you. But yeah, man, so this one's a crazy one, guys. I don't know what's going on in our world. I mean, literally all the way up into the courts, there's insane stuff happening. And I know there's been crazy things that happen here and there in courts and trials, but it just seems like constant right now, like stuck on the YNW Melly trial on both sides of the Delphi, like Idaho 4. It's like constant back and forth, crazy fighting, people not doing this right, accusations, this and that. So what the hell is going on, guys? We are having an awesome night, Tennessee. Thank you. And yes, Sam, thank you. Don't forget to smash that like and share it. Share that. We're going to be here for a little bit, you know what I mean? Let them know we're here. What else y'all saying? All right, guys. All right. It looks like I'm caught up in chat. Let's go ahead and keep rolling.
Unlike Melly, Bortland has not been in jail since he was originally charged for the double murder of his two best friends, YNW Juvie and YNW Sack Chaser. Due to COVID and jail overcrowding, Bortland...
Oh, my Lord, Tennessee. You so sweet. Tennessee. I appreciate that so much. I know you. I know Miss Darcy, Sassy. I mean, I could just keep naming names. Like, there's a lot of you guys that are running me on multiple devices, and like I said, I appreciate you guys so much. Like, you have no idea. Every morning when I wake up and check that, or every other day when it finally hits and there's like this big chunk taken out, I'm like, oh my lord, y'all are awesome. I appreciate y'all. Oh, Moto Mom, good to see you. Good to see you. Miss PJ in the house as well. Good to see you. Thank you guys for being here. Right on. I figured most people would be busy on a Saturday night, you know what I mean? But hey, y'all are here. Y'all are here. What am I talking about? We're all addicts, right? We're all true crime addicts. We all got to be somewhere in the true crime streets. What's this? Two of my granddaughters are here now, so they bumped you down to two. That's all right. I get it. You know how it goes. You know how it goes. Miss Darcy, good to see you. Man, no, thank you for being here. I appreciate it. All right, guys, let's keep rolling with this. I want to get through this Melly stuff because I mean I got a couple things to say on it, you know what I mean? But I want to get to the Idaho 4 stuff, the Coburger. I got a couple articles I want to read, some new stuff that's kind of popping with it, some rumors. We're gonna get in some juice tonight with this Idaho 4 stuff. That's the real reason we're here. But like I said, I wanted to get in this Melly stuff just to kind of keep caught up on it because there's some significant stuff that's happened recently with it. Moto Mom, I'm home crafting and watching YouTube. Heck yeah, that sounds like a good night. That sounds like a good night. You know, if I wasn't here doing this, you know, broadcasting this for y'all, good night for me would be out fishing, doing some catfishing this evening, and listening to some YouTube. So, you know what I mean? Sound like a good time. Sounds like a good time. All right, let's roll, guys. Let's roll.
Was conditioned to house arrest and was required to wear an ankle monitoring device. According to court records, earlier this year, Bortland moved to a new address that was approved by the court. However, details of where and exactly when are sealed. In March, a judge altered the conditions of his release, allowing him to go to church for 2 hours each week, stating otherwise he must remain at his house at all times. His attorney requested another hearing to change his conditions again, but a judge denied that request in June. Last week, YNW Bortland released a music video called Our Year, in which he mentions Melly, rapping, quote, "Melly will be out this year, now that's perfect timing." Though facing identical charges, Bortland and Henry's trials were severed after prosecutors said they would be seeking the death penalty against Melly, while Bortland faces life in prison. During Melly's...
Yeah, real quick, guys, we got like 19, 20 of you all in chat. Give me a 1 if you're following this trial at all. Give me a 1. I want to see how many of y'all are following it now compared to like when I was first covering this. So give me a 1 if you guys are following this, please.
First trial, prosecutors presented evidence to a jury that they believed proved Melly shot and killed Juvie and Sack Chaser inside a car, and Bortland was the driver. Surveillance footage showed all four leaving the studio together one early morning in October 2018. Hours later, Bortland drove to the Miami area hospital, claiming he was just in a drive-by shooting. Juvie and Sack Chaser were already dead inside the car.
Yo, what is that? Oh my lord! Kind of following it. Thank you, Miss PJ. Thank you for smashing that like button. Appreciate you. Okay. So I know. Like, I figured this one's like a hit and miss with a lot of people. There's a couple people that follow it they're like following up on it, and then everybody else is just kind of hearing it when I cover it, or you know, if somebody else covers it in our circle of creators. But man, I got to cover this one because I'm intrigued on how it's going to come out, guys. I really am, because like I said, when I first read the affidavit and listened to the breakdown, I thought, dude, he's guilty, man. They're going to get it. And then watching the first trial happen and everything that's happened after that first trial to this point, all the FS that's going on, man, I have to cover it. I just have to. So, but it's interesting to see how many more people start following something if you just cover it a little bit. Let's see what else y'all are saying. Oh, you be watching me more than I know? Appreciate you.
Investigators would later piece together a double homicide puzzle they believed was built on a lie, testifying in court that the evidence in the case pointed to the deadly shots being fired inside the car and that there was no evidence of a drive-by shooting. Jury selection for YNW Melly's next trial is scheduled to begin next week on October 9th. The state hopes to have a jury seated by the first week of November. YNW Bortland's trial was supposed to start this fall.
Miss Donna Clark says, watch the entire trial. Can't stop now, right? We know about commitment, huh, Miss Donna? It's all about commitment. But it's like, and after you watch the first trial, like, before I even watched the first trial, I knew what was going on, right? And then watch the first, commitment now. That's it. Now I'm locked in. That's the bad part about like even getting your feet wet with the case or a trial, especially with the trial part. As once you're in, you're in. It's like where I go fishing at the aqueduct, right? This thing it's a cement, big old canal, right? Slope, very mossy on the side, man. You slip in, it's over. You even touch a little foot, little toe, and you're done. You're stuck in it, right? So that's kind of how these trials are for me. Man, I barely dip my toe in a little bit, and it's in. It's over. So that's why we're here.
But the judge pushed it back to January 2024. Bortland will most likely be transferred from Miami-Dade County to Broward County in the next few days for his first appearance in front of a judge.
Yo, it's Blade in the house. Good to see you. Thank you for being here. Heck yeah, that's my guy right there. Check it out. The Blade.
We'll make sure to keep you updated once we learn more. For long.
All right, okay. So they're going to keep us updated as they learn more. So let's pull up the next video I got queued up for this YNW Melly stuff. And this is pretty much, so we heard a little bit of the stuff that's going on with Bortland and whatnot, right? Well, now we're going to hear what happened in the courts this week because the prosecution ain't really doing stuff on the up and up. The investigators didn't really do stuff on the up and up. It's looking kind of bad. So as for, I don't know, for how positive I was that this was going to be a conviction at the beginning of the first trial, now all the stuff that's unfolded since then, I don't know, guys. I still think he did it. I just don't think he's going to get convicted now. Let me see. Let's cue that up. And let me see what you say in the chat. You using voice to chat? Yeah, that'll do that sometimes. It'll definitely, they'll throw some weird stuff in there on you every once in a while. Let's see. I've always said I have the perfect name for prison. Oh my God. Let's see what else Tennessee said. All right, you doing okay. Man, I haven't done any decorating, y'all. What? What's PJ's World? Good to see you. Good to see you. All right. Let's get into this one, guys. And like I said, this is the proceedings from this week. Prosecution's up to that FS, man. The investigators were up to that FS, and I don't know, man. This judge got some big decisions to make. I don't know how this trial's gonna go. We'll see. Let's get into it. Hey, give me some ones. Give me some ones in chat if y'all can hear it. Let me slow this down to normal.
I believe, based on your body language, with your arms crossed and a scowl on your face, looking at us like we did something wrong, should be much more. This is really serious. This is so serious. Why do you think we're all here?
Bombshell allegation.
Yo, that's funny, Tennessee sweetheart. I can't voice the chat. Siri doesn't understand Southern. Yeah, that is so funny. Let's see what else you're all saying. All right, guys, I see the ones. Thank you. Thank you, Blade. I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate that, man.
In a Florida courtroom on Friday, as lawyers for South Florida rapper YNW Melly allege Broward County prosecutors committed a felony themselves in the rapper's double murder case.
You indicated here that counsel for the defendant believes that there is probable cause that the witnesses under subpoena, the members of the state attorney's office, the elected state attorney, to have committed obstruction of justice and attempted witness tampering and felony pursuant to FS 838.022 for misuse of public office due to their actions since October of 2020. 20.
That's what it says, Ron.
That's right. Very serious allegation.
Very serious allegation, very serious.
A 10-page motion filed by the defense on September 26 says the state had possession of evidence that would have impeached the credibility of a lead investigator in the case, Detective Mark Moretti. The motion goes on to say the state should have presented the evidence to the defense prior to the trial.
Maybe they should get their own lawyer. Maybe they should.
I'm telling you guys, this is getting bad. This is not looking good in this trial at all. Like, honestly, at this point, man, I say just lock everybody up. I mean, just lock them all up. I mean, one of Melly's, attorneys, definitely, she needs to be locked up. That lady's got issues. And then, the female prosecutor over here, she had to be, like, pulled into this whole situation for this hearing. Like, it's madness, guys.
Take the fit, but we need to ferret it out.
But before the court could figure it out, Judge John Murphy, the same judge from Melly's first trial, demanded lead prosecutor Christine Bradley be at the hearing because so many of the defense's claims center around her.
Yeah. Donald Clark, I need to learn to rap so I can have perfect teeth. Those are veneers, for sure. Those are veneers. But yeah, you get those. When you get that rap money, you get those veneers, for sure. You guys are too funny in chat. Oh, Tennessee sweetheart, that's too funny. Donald Clark, you can get those teeth at the mall. Yeah.
Typically, what I do when I have a braid or some issue about it, the prosecutor who's involved in it tells me she comes in here, she's got an obligation of candor to the court, and I ask her a question, and she advises me as to what's going on and why there's a change, why something like that. But she's not here. This is her case. We spent 2-3 months trying the case originally. It came to a hung jury, but she's not here for this. I don't understand that.
Bradley is eventually brought into the courtroom to testify, but not before the judge hears from the woman, Assistant State Attorney Michelle Boudreaux, who waved the flag reporting concerns about Detective Moretti's credibility.
Bro, this is bad, guys. Listen, dude, this is bad. And mind you, it's so bad, the judge has to stop and get that prosecutor in there to be like, what is going on? This is almost as bad as that defense attorney from last night. Last night's live stream, guys, the one that we covered, Logan Leggett, or Logan Clegg. That was what it is, right? Logan Clegg. His defense attorney, oh my Lord. And yes, we're going to continue that trial. We're going to continue following that trial, guys. I'm going to cut out all of the fat from the last couple of days and queue up like the testimonies so that we can see like exactly how it's going down. If it's good enough, I'll make sure it's good. But I really want to cover it. After we saw what went down yesterday on that live that we did yesterday, that attorney, dude, I'm still baffled. Let me see who's in chat. Let's see what you guys are saying. Miss Anhorn, good to see you. Good to see you. Thanks for popping in and saying hi. Appreciate you, man. Hope you're having an awesome Saturday night. Rocking them scanners. Hope it ain't too crazy. All right, guys. Let's keep rolling.
Detective Moretti said to Deputy Morrell, "You need to say you were here when I served that search warrant." And it was kind of like an awkward moment. Someone described it just kind of getting punched twice in the head. So there's a search warrant that gets served. And I'm like, what's going on? And then the next thing, he's asking this deputy to lie for him. And again, I'm like, this is like, I'm in the twilight. So like, this can't really be happening.
Here's where the allegations start. In October 2022, Detective Moretti met with Jamie King, YNW Melly's mother. Investigators were trying to determine whether or not she was involved in witness tampering before Melly's case went to trial. Boudreaux was there.
Miss King reached into her purse and she was fumbling with her phone.
You know what she was doing? Oh, Darzilla, yeah, last night. No, I'm not baffled by the evidence. I'm not baffled by the story. I'm just baffled that was real life. What we watched last night on last night's live, I'm still like baffled that was real, like just confused. That was real life. Like I really thought like I had clicked on the wrong video And like I was looking for that trial video, and I thought maybe I clicked like on a video that was like a spoof version of the trial. So that's what I'm baffled by, is that was actually real life, like real life, like seriously serious real life. Oh, it's crazy. Let's proceed.
You know, it's a phone, so she has this phone. I couldn't tell you what type of phone she had. She was pressing buttons on it. And Detective Moretti was saying over and over again, don't turn off that phone, don't turn off that phone. I knew she was doing something on her phone. I just couldn't swear to exactly what it was that she was doing on the phone. It looked like she was turning off her phone or.
I mean, altogether. No, Darzilla, last night's live, that case, the Logan Clay case, that whole opening, like that whole sequence of events we watched, I'm not just baffled that it was his attorney. I'm like literally baffled that was real life, because one, his attorney, like enough said, right? But two, prosecution, nobody said nothing. The judge didn't say nothing. The defendant didn't even say nothing. She stood up there and hung her client on opening statements, and nobody said anything. Like, it was the most bizarre thing I've ever seen in a trial. So that across the board, I'm baffled. Right? Like, I don't know. Anybody that didn't see last night's live covered the Logan Clay case or trial that's happening right now. If you did not watch those opening statements that I covered, go back and watch it. It is something else. It is hilarious and confusing all at the same time. Let's see what else y'all are saying. Oh yeah, we'll definitely keep it on our prayers, Miss Ann. Miss Ann keeping the people informed in her area. I'd do that here, but my city kind of big, man. I couldn't do true crime at that point. That's right, guys. Throw out them prayers for them boys in blue. Okay, let's keep rocking, guys.
Sending a message or doing something on it. I just couldn't tell there was a scuffle going on.
Okay, and what did Detective Moretti?
Detective Moretti physically took the phone from her.
Boudreaux testified that after Jamie King and her attorney left the conference room, Boudreaux says she later overheard Detective Moretti showing a willingness to lie about the phone seizure.
Do you say anything to Moretti?
No, I don't say anything to Moretti. I leave the room. I'm done with the statement. As far as I'm concerned, I'm done investigating this case.
Why?
Because I don't work with detectives that solicit lies.
Boudreaux.
Yo, man. When I heard her drop that, I was like, uh-oh. Like, I had a couple, people that were hitting me up on the emails about what's going on with this and messaging me about what was going on yesterday with this. And I was like, I know, guys. I know. I'm going to cover it, but like, I need 24 hours to process what I'm hearing, because it's too much for me. It's so crazy. Wind and Whim. What's up, homie? Good to see you. Good to see you. All right, guys, let's go ahead and keep rolling into this nonsense so we can get on to the next stuff.
Bush says she notified Christine Bradley about Detective Moretti's remarks right after they happened and learned Bradley called an internal affairs investigation into Detective Moretti, who claimed he was joking. Christine Bradley testified next and gave her own account of what happened.
That Brady notice that I just showed you, you're saying that there are incorrect statements of fact.
That is correct.
And the incorrect statement is that you were not told by Moretti that he was joking.
That is correct. The indication has always been, and if it was inartfully conveyed in some point, the indication has always been that Deputy Gorell responded in a very flippant manner when asked about showing up.
Flippant manner to whom?
To Detective Moretti.
Does he say that in his report, Gorell?
I don't believe so.
Okay. So the flippant matter came from Moretti, and somehow you communicated that Moretti said it was a joke. Is that what we're putting together?
I did not say that Moretti said that he had made a joke in any way, shape, or form.
So you've never made the statement that Moretti said he was joking?
My statement was at all times, and if it was ever not clear, or misinterpreted by whoever was listening to it was that Deputy Gorell made the statement that was of a flippant nature.
Judge Murphy decided the allegations presented in court Friday were sustainable enough to call another hearing where the defense plans to call Prosecutor Bradley back to the stand, Detective Moretti, and the district's top state attorney, Prosecutor Harold Pryor. Jury selection for Melly's retrial will not begin on Monday, October 9th, like originally scheduled. Instead, next week, the judge said they will argue the state's motion to quash defense subpoenas of several prosecutors, including the elected state attorney. The defense motion to dismiss the case altogether will be heard next Friday on October 13th. If the case does move forward, then they will argue several outstanding motions the following week. Reporting for Law and Crime Network, I'm Elizabeth Milner.
Man, this is not looking good. This is not looking good. Not at all. Not for people that want justice for the actual victims in this case. Because pretty much most of the people that are connected to the victims in this case believe that Melly did it. Like I said, I've read the affidavit myself and listened to multiple breakdowns on it. I think with all that circumstantial evidence, I'm like pretty sure he did it. I'm pretty sure he did it. So this all might just get thrown out because of misconduct by law enforcement. But then again, you have crazy misconduct on the defendant side as well. Bortland, like, what? Tampering? Witness tampering? Are you serious? I'm telling you guys, this one it's absolutely crazy. Right, Miss Donna Clark? This is definitely a crazy one. But it seems like that's all we have right now. There's like hardly any cases right now that are just like going by the book, you know, the whole thing. No, all these trials that are popping up right now, there's some kind of craziness, insanity connected to them. Melly's trial, which is a big one, Delphi, which is a big one, Idaho 4, which is a big one, which we're about to get into right now. So the Idaho 4 stuff, though, guys, man, you know, I got some opinions. We got some articles I'm going to read on this Idaho 4 stuff, and then we're going to get into a little, you know, information that, you know, this come out. But, man, the Idaho 4 it's a frustrating case for me to follow. It really is. Let me see what you guys are saying in chat. Let's see. Yeah, Sam, definitely lots of crazy cases. Lots of them going on right now. Absolutely. It is. It makes it hard to keep up with because, like, if the case just goes normally, we just keep up with the evidence and then what's being said in the trial when it's starting to happen. Right now, man, dude, Odinist in Delphi? We got Odinist in Delphi. We got investigators and prosecutors like acting like Floridians in the Melly trial. And then, I mean, come on, dude. Idaho 4? I mean, that's been a crap show since the start. Oh, thank you, homie. Thank you. Hit that like, y'all. All right, guys. All right. So let's get into these articles. I got 3 articles I want to read, and then we're gonna get into this video that Justice by Jay dropped a video and had cut together a bunch of clips and opinions from another creator. So we're basically gonna do a reaction / review of a review, if you know what I mean. But it's gonna cover some stuff I want to talk about. So we're going to get to that last. So like I said, I got 3 articles for us to read, and then we're going to get to a video. But this is the main reason I wanted to get together tonight was to get into this Idaho 4 stuff. Let me see what else y'all saying. Just a lot of highs. All right. Let me see. Donna Clark says, they've charged Melly with witness tampering also. Yeah. That's what it's a mess, Donna Clark. It's an absolute mess. All right, Miss Ann, you have a good night, man. Hold it down on them scanners. Keep your people informed. I will see you on the next show. All right, guys, let's go ahead and jump into this craziness. Oh my Lord. All right. Let's get into it. Let's see. Idaho murders victim's roommate Dylan Mortensen is isolating herself but healing by gaming online with groups of friends. As her father says, he is deeply heartbroken by her brutal cyber bullies. Can you now see? This has been a problem for me from the jump. From the jump, right? It's like, unless this is a massive cover-up conspiracy theory by law enforcement, pretty sure law enforcement is, said the roommates have nothing to do with it, or else I think the roommates would be behind bars right now. So just the constant conspiracies and the bullying and all that stuff. I mean, dude, these people were accusing this little girl of being a biological male. You guys, you know what I'm saying? It's just been too much, dude. And I don't know if that's just because I'm a father and I got daughters, or if it's just because I'm a decent human being. So it's like, man, it's one thing to speculate on people that law enforcement are actually putting, behind bars or indicting on things. That's one thing. But to take innocent ass people that law enforcement are saying have nothing to do with it besides being victims of being there, like a circumstance. Yeah, man, come on, man. You gotta get off those type of people. Let me see what you guys are saying. Let me see. Uh-oh, Miss Julie Delk's gonna summon bees. I hope bees is all right. I ain't heard from bees in almost 48 hours, I think. But all right. Let me read these bullet points. Dylan Mortensen, roommate of the Idaho murder victims, is repeatedly reportedly isolating herself after experiencing brutal cyberbullying. Spit it out, Junior. Mortensen's father, Brent, said his daughter is in process of healing. J. Ruben Appelman told Banfield on News Nation. A childhood friend of suspect Brian Koberger said he was mercilessly and relentlessly bullied and listened to screamo music to block out the taunting. Man, I'm telling you right now, this is I'm telling you, this is a serial unaliver story arc. I truly believe it, man. I really do. But let's get into this article a little bit. All right. A surviving roommate of the Idaho murders victims, Dylan Mortensen, is reportedly isolating herself after experiencing brutal dogpiling on social media since the quadruple homicide in November. And that's no joke, dude. There's content creators that literally have made videos just video after video after video after video, trying to accuse this girl of something, trying to connect her to something, trying to say she's, like I said, a biological male. The worst stuff, dude, the worst stuff. And by content creators, with good sized channels too, have done this. Come on, man. It's bad. Even if you have questions oh man, why didn't she call? This and that, cool. You got questions. I get it. Everybody's got questions, but to accuse her of some of the stuff people are accusing her of, it's not right. All right. New details have emerged about the well-being of the 21-year-old roommate who was in the house on the night of the brutal massacre and told police she witnessed a man walk past her bedroom after he had killed her friends. She didn't say it like that. She didn't know he'd done it. That's not how she said it. She just said she saw him. You see how even with articles, if they're worded a certain way and people read them, they take it as that was fact. The way that was worded, that's how it gets crazy and weird. Author and private investigator J. Ruben Appelman is the only reporter to speak with the father of Mortensen, one of the only two survivors from the University murder house. In the beginning, weeks after those homicides, she was basically dogpiled on social media, he said in an interview with Ashley Banfield to discuss his new book, While Idaho Slept. Man, I'm sorry, guys. You know what I mean? The reading is horrible tonight. I apologize. Yeah. Let me get a little drink. Man, y'all guys are quiet and chat all of a sudden. What happened? Did I put you guys to sleep reading? Damn it, man. Did I put you guys to sleep? What you saying, Sam? Let's see what Sam's saying. It's terrible. I think it's because you are a father and a decent human being. I feel bad she's dealing with all of this. I can't imagine. Right, Sam? It's horrible. I mean, I just stop and like think about any of my daughters being in that situation. I mean, my oldest daughter is about to turn 18, and her career path isn't going to put her in a dorm. You know what I mean? But I can only imagine her going off to school and this happening, and her having to deal with the stuff that Dylan's dealt with. It's been insane. And you can go back and check. You can go back and check my track record on all my videos, my Idaho 4 stuff. From the jump, I have been defending those girls because, like I said, man, they would be locked up, guys. I don't know. Anyways, everybody can have their opinion on it. Miss Pat says I'm here chilling, listening. Just don't fall asleep, y'all. Darzilla says you awake and listening. All right, cool. Just checking on y'all. Just making sure I don't put y'all to sleep. All right. Vile web sleuths have accused Mortensen of being involved with the crimes, while others called her a drug dealer, among other names he added. Not just drug dealer. They straight up were saying that she was born a biological male. How messed up is that, dude? What would that do to a young lady's like self-esteem? Like, she's already dealing with survivor's guilt for the rest of her life, right? On top of whatever traumatic stuff that she had before this happened. And now she's like being accused of all this crazy stuff. And there's no natural born female on this planet that if she gets confused for a male is going to be cool with that. They're just not. That hurts, bro. That hurts. So this poor girl, I don't know, man. It's bad in my opinion. Can she sue for defamation of character? You know what? I bet you there is some like legal stuff that she could probably do. But does she have the money? Does she want to go through that extra, time and energy? Like, she's already put through so much, right? That she's self-isolating. I don't know if she could even manage to fight, Man, you all are just chilling, listen to me just spew words on my face. I appreciate y'all. Ooh, coffee sounds really good right now, actually, Miss Pat. I have a big old cup of coffee. I'll be up for a while. Yeah, I'm gonna be up for a while too, because after I did get home and get done from work and doing a couple things, your boy passed out for a couple hours. So I'm gonna be up a little while. All right. Let's go ahead and I'll keep reading, y'all. I'll read these picture captions too. Pictured Brian Koberger, who was accused of killing 4 University of Idaho students in November 2022. Okay, no, I'm not reading that. Yeah, we all know who this guy is. Yeah. You know what? I know that most of y'all are listening. You probably really don't want to have to touch a button. I get it. It's Saturday. You want to chill. But can I get a 1 in chat if you think this man's guilty? Can I get a 1 in chat if you think he's guilty? I want to see if I'm dealing with, Koberger, needs a bullet people, or Koberger fangirls. What y'all down with the Koberger? You think he did it? 1, if you think he did it. 2, if you think he's innocent. I want to see where y'all chilling at with this opinion. All right. 1 for Tennessee. Hawkeye, good to see you with the 1. Sam with the 1. Miss Darcy with that 1. Sunny Days, good to see you with that 1. Dang. No troublemakers in the lagoon tonight. No, there isn't any troublemakers in the lagoon tonight. Bees is not here. Oh, crap. She's going to fly out the bushes on me, huh? Pat Gaines, 1. Yep. 1 from day 1. Me too, Pat Gaines. Me too. Like I said, I even have proof. I have video proof going all the way back to the beginning of this, where I've been standing with all this stuff. I've been on point pretty much this whole time too with a lot of my opinions. There's been I'm just gonna say I can't wait for the trial because I want to see if things I said back in the beginning of this end up getting vetted. Y'all, well, everybody's for the one, y'all. None of y'all are pro Kohberger, huh? Oh, Huntress, good to see you. Good to see you. With that double pew pew, huh? Oh my lord. I'm not sure if is that one or two, or you just mean he needs that pew pew. Because I'm with you on that if that's what you mean. Yes, he is a demon. You can see it in his eyes, man. This dude is. Oh yeah, if you can hit that button as well, y'all, I appreciate that. Thank you, Sam. Thank you for dropping that. All right. It seems like I'm in a room full of Kohberger and catch a hot bullet type people in here. That's what it sounds like. Dude, guys, I'm telling you right now, I rolled into some chats. I rolled in some chat rooms, some live stream chat rooms here, on the good old YouTube streets. People that have been covering this, and I've rolled into chat rooms where they are pro Kohberger. They don't think that he's guilty. They think it's a huge conspiracy. They think law enforcement's railroading this guy. It's crazy, and they don't even have good arguments. So it's like my boy Rooster, right? He's into the conspiracy type stuff. That's kind of his realm, conspiracies. But he just so happened to live in Moscow, so he's got some inside info, right? But at least when he's telling me stuff, he's got some reasoning behind it that makes sense. And I'm like, okay, I could maybe see that. You know what I mean? But like these people in these chat rooms, you can tell they're like blindly following whoever the creator is. And if the creator's pro Kohberger, dude, it's just blind Kohberger love. And it's not just on YouTube, like on the Facebook pages too. It's insane. I mean, literally, I'm waiting for women to start popping up with his tattoo of his face on their thighs and shit. It's getting like that, dude. It's weird. He's almost got like that Bundy thing happening for him now. And that he's got to be loving every absolute moment of it. He is. Sick freak. All right, let me get on to the rest of this article. Oh, snap. I got one with the pink tip with his name on it. Shut! Yeah, boy. That's what I'm talking about. Man, Rogerland's not here while we're talking about Idaho 4. Me and him already made an agreement. He said if they have signups for it, to get in the firing squad for this, he said we both sign up. If we get picked, we're carpooling up. He said he'd come grab me up. We'll carpool out of Cali, going up to Idaho. It's a deal. We already set in stone. All right, guys. All right. Let me go ahead and put the rest of you all to sleep again with some more reading here. This was part of the trauma that she experienced. He said, Dylan herself has retreated from the public eye. Very few people see her. Mortensen's father expressed heartache over his daughter suffering from brutal cyberbullies after the trauma she experienced from surviving the November massacre. But Mortensen's father told Appleman that his daughter is in the process of healing despite being hounded by bullies. She is in trauma therapy of sorts. She's getting help from the spiritual community, he said to Banfield, isolating herself, but she is stepping out a little at a time. She is gaming online with peers and in group gaming sessions. So she's kind of using gaming like we do here on True Crime, how we all get together and we chop it up. Some of us will tell our stories. It's, it's a family thing, right? It's bonding and all that. So that's what she's doing in the gaming community. And that's pretty cool that she's at least got some way of getting out there and becoming social again. Because, dude, when stuff like this happens, some people, it'll ruin the rest of their lives. So they'll just recluse into nothingness. Let me see what you guys are saying. Pat Gaines, TPP. I said when they first aired this that it was a unknown to the victims, psychopath, and that the suspect has done it before BK was caught. He's a copycat serial killer. That's similar to what I thought. I thought he was a serial unaliver myself, but I thought with what little we knew, we didn't know anything at the beginning. This is prior to Kohberger being caught. I thought he was an SK, but I thought he was motivated by being a sexual sadist and being an incel. That's what I thought it was, right? But then they caught him, and then we start hearing all of his past, everything about him, his medical history, all that stuff. And I was like, oh my Lord, this dude is a straight up, he was on that serial killer arc, that storyline. that's him. Like everything about his life, the way that he carries himself to this point, the things that he said upon being arrested, the way that it's everything, man. Like you're on point, Pat. Like I feel like anybody that regardless of how you thought, what type of SK serial unaliver he was, whatever it was motivated by, anybody that thought it was a serial unaliver, they were on point. Because that's what, at least in my opinion, they were on point. That's what I think he is. And I think that he's done it before, too. I believe that as well. And I think that had he not been caught, this was just the start of a big run for him. I think that he would have just got better at it. He would have just got better at it. Let's see what else y'all are saying. Yes, no, definitely, Sam. I'm glad she's getting a lot of support too. Most definitely. Yo, Bush people emerge, please. Bush people, everybody chilling in the bushes that hasn't said hi, just drop in and say hi. And then you can drop back to the bushes. It's cool. You know what I mean? I know I got a couple of my mods that hang out in the bushes to make sure there's nobody acting a fool. They'll snipe y'all. Just saying. But much love to the people in the bushes either way. Let me see. I thought he only applied to be an officer, but never actually got hired. No, he never got hired. So that's another thing that's been going around, Huntress, is there's rumors that people are trying to say that he was actually working for them, and like they're trying to hide the fact that he worked for them, but he didn't. He didn't. Let's see. Criminal Med, good to see you. Yeah, no, I know, Criminal Med. We're gonna be getting to it. I got a strong feeling. I could be wrong, but I got a strong feeling this sealed witness is I got a feeling it's gonna be a neighbor. I think a neighbor saw something. That's what I think happened. I think a neighbor saw something. That's the best thing I could come up with on the sealed witness thing, is I think a neighbor saw something. And they don't want it to come out because, look, the moment somebody's name comes out in this trial, in this case, that's it, dude. That person is getting bombarded by all of major media, all of social media. Everybody, every sleuth is jamming that person up. So I think it's not as crazy as it sounds. I think it's probably like a neighbor that saw something. But that's just my opinion. But that's me. I don't think that things are as crazy as people want them to be. I think people want them to be like sensationalized, you know what I mean? Because that's what the major media does. And then YouTubers are starting to learn, like, hey, if I blow this story up bigger than it is with just this little detail, I'm gonna get some views. So I think that's what it is, Criminal Med. But like I said, I could be wrong. Let's see. Pat Gaines says he studied serial cases in school, but I didn't know that at first. I think he copied Richard Speck. Check it out, Pat Gaines. I actually believe he didn't copy one serial unaliver. I think he copied a bunch of them. I think he took a little bit from each one, plus all his technical knowledge and all the new age psychology knowledge and just the whole deal. And he fashioned himself into a modern day serial unaliver. But I think he fashioned himself from multiple ones. Because that's what I mean, think about it. That's what you would want to do, right? If you thought you were going to be the best of the best ever, you had like that narcissistic, sociopathic mindset, and you were going to be a serial unaliver, wouldn't you study them all? Wouldn't you want to know like everything you need to know to be the best? And then like things that he said, things that he's done, and just the way that if he did it, the way that he did it, he pulled it off. It's really reminiscent to like BTK. It's just there's so many of those serial unalivers I see in him. Let's see what else. That's what I was thinking too, Huntress. I was actually thinking that might be a possibility. It definitely could be a possibility. It could be that weirdo. He's a neighbor. And that's what I'm thinking, is it could have been one of the neighbors. He could have possibly been that neighbor. That's what I'm saying. Imagine if he would have actually got into law enforcement. Oh, man. If he had actually got into law enforcement, he could have misdirected law enforcement from the inside. He could have been unaliving people. Like, woo! I'm telling you. You're tired. Hey, Huntress, what's the update? Can you give us an update, Huntress, on our boy Blue? You got an update for us today? I haven't got to talk to you today. I'm sure everybody wants to know. Criminal Med says, yes, I think potentially Ring Camera owner next door or Enon Harsh. Yeah, exactly what I was thinking, Criminal Med. I think that's what a few of us are thinking. A lot of people are like, it's going to be somebody from the frat house, or it's going to be, the driver, the DoorDash driver, or which it could be the DoorDash driver. Honestly, it could be that. The DoorDash driver might have saw something. Who knows? So it could have been that as well. But like, maybe that one don't sound as crazy as the frat house. But you know what I mean? It's a bunch of other crazy things getting thrown out there. Let me see. Yeah, spec case, 8 students' house was almost identical to Idaho House, Chicago's. I know, I'm not saying you're wrong, Pat. I'm not saying you're wrong at all. I see multiple though. I see a bunch of different ones like within his makeup, especially how he said, "Did you catch anybody else, or am I the only one when he got caught?" And then like Bundy did a sorority house, right? And then BTK would stalk people. I mean, he literally called it trolling. He trolled for victims. So like that's literally what Koberger did if he's the one that did this, which you know what I think. I'm telling you guys. I need to pull up, there's a breakdown, a deep like this breakdown where there's a man that's on death row who has studied all the serial unalivers, has literally been housed with them. And he gave his opinions on this case. And the way that he explained what he thought, and he thinks Koberger did it, but the way he broke it down on how Koberger did it, before any of that, we got a lot of the information out. Dude, the way that he broke it down literally is what the affidavit said. It was insane. Let me see where else we at. Let me catch let me see. All right. Yeah, maybe the DoorDash driver. No. Well, we for sure know the DoorDash driver didn't get arrested, right? We for sure don't know the identity of the DoorDash driver, do we? Nobody, right? So if we don't know the identity of the DoorDash driver, I thought the DoorDash driver was cleared. Some people want to argue with me that they weren't cleared. I don't want to argue about it. But if the DoorDash driver wasn't arrested, we never heard the DoorDash driver's name, we never got a picture of this person, there's a good chance that might be the witness. There's a very good chance that might be the witness, guys. Now that we're really kicking these ideas around. So it's either one of the neighbors or that DoorDash driver that saw something. That's where I'm at with it. See, this is why I love talking about this stuff. Let's see. Enon went quiet after Steve got that FBI letter. That's a good point as well, Criminal Med. That's a good point as well. So it could be Enon and it could be the DoorDash, right? Yeah, I could rock with that. I could definitely rock with that. Okay, let's see. Pat Gaines says, I think BK stalked the victims and found out where they lived before the night he did it. Okay, so yeah, that's a possibility. So there's like different scenarios, right? So he either came across them somehow and then started stalking them. It's, with technology and social media, it's easy to like figure out who somebody is just by seeing them out, you know what I mean? And know what area they live in. It's not real hard, right? So either he did that, he saw them and figured it out, came across them in some way and then started stalking, or in my opinion, I feel like that house was targeted. I feel like the house was like the perfect target for that area if you were going to do what he did. And I feel like maybe he picked the house and then figured out who was living there, whatnot, did his homework. But either one could be a possibility. That's one of the ones I really want to know. I really want to know that one. It doesn't really tell us if, I guess it helps with the guilt per se, nailing it in the trial. But I do want to know, like, the progression of it. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, true. Oh, that's right. I think Huntress said last time that they want to keep him until Monday. So that's right. I think she said that yesterday. No, Huntress, I did not see her comment about Blue. No news today, but Vet said updates over. Okay, cool, sweet. I'm mostly invested in Blue now at this point, so you know what I mean. I got to know what's going on with them. Yeah, it's interesting that the DoorDash driver got there right before BK. Yeah. Let's see what else y'all are saying. Yeah, that too, right? Man, I'm telling you, I know that one from the jump way back in the day, man. Way back at the beginning of this, when I was giving like my working theory, right? I was constantly working on my theory. But my theory from the jump was straight up. I know that I have witnesses here with y'all. My theory from the jump, we've talked about it here. Me and Roger Lynn literally talked about it on the lives. I've talked about it in other videos. One piece type of suit to control the DNA, right? Straight into a bag or a tote outside when he came outside. And now I'm starting to hear people say that. I'm like, what the? I've been saying that for months. My boy Roger Lee's been saying that for months. And now people are finally getting with it. I'm like, damn, I didn't even need the receipt. It was just like, let's think about it. How would a person do that? Like, how? There's got to be an explanation. And it like, there's no way a bunch of kids like did this and got away with it like that clean without any DNA. Like, I don't know, guys. I don't know. 4-wheel drive. Ooh, the house in Idaho matched the one in Chicago. I'm not saying you're wrong, Pat Gaines. I'm not saying you're wrong at all. I believe you. I'm just saying I think that he sprinkled in a little bit of everybody. Which in that case as well, right, Pat Gaines? Then that would, if you're saying you think that house was picked because of a serial unaliver picked a similar house in another area, then that kind of links up with my idea that the house was picked for a reason. I thought it was picked for ease of access, but with what you're putting in chat right now, if he fashioned himself after multiple serial unalivers, including, Spec, then my theory on him picking the house first and then targeting the people in the house, then that checks out if that ends up being the case, which it very well might be. So my idea of him picking the house out of ease might not have been it. He might have picked it because of, similarity to, another unaliving. I like that actually. I really like that idea now. That actually makes a lot of sense now. Yeah. That's no joke. Half of true crime and YouTube is invested in your boy. Yep, that is true. And dude, half of YouTube true crime was praying for that puppy. He bought a really decent one, $49.95. I mean, seriously. Even if you could have caught it on sale, you could get a really nice one on sale. No DNA, baby, transfer, gloves, a whole nine. Yeah, Pat Gaines, I like that. I like what you said there with Spec, because like I said, I've seen other serial unalivers in him. There's other little things I've noticed that are similar to other ones, but that Spec with the house, man, oh my lord, that makes a lot of sense. That jives with my whole working theory on it. I really like it. Right, Sam? Really good points. That's how it works here when we actually aren't joking too much and we get into a good case like this and we start deep diving and kicking ideas around. People start making some really good points. It's always educational. I know, Miss Julie Dell. I'm missing B's too. Criminal Med says his intense, inappropriate interactions make me lean towards those girls as targets. Okay, yeah. I mean, it's a possibility. Definitely, it's definitely a possibility. That's one of the things I want to know is how he picked the people that he picked. Whether it was he picked them for them or he picked them because of where they are living. That's definitely something that's got me intrigued. Because like I said, it just, I don't know, it refines that storyline that I got worked out and what I think's going on with this dude and why he did what he did. Because a lot of people are like, what's the motive? I was like, this dude's a sick freaking demon. That's the motive. He's some type of sadist. You know what I mean? Like, not gang hits or drug affiliations. That's not why. Let's see. Let me see. I think he might have been Joel Ripkin that talked about the Idaho 4. He's in prison for 200. No. You know what? Darzilla, what I'll do is I'll find that video I'm talking about. Hopefully the content creator won't strike me, but we'll do that for some coverage on Idaho 4, so we can kind of backtrack and you can listen to the breakdown that this guy does on the details before anybody really knew who Koberger was. So yeah, we're gonna have to do that. I think you guys will like that video, but and hopefully I don't get struck. But I don't think the guy will strike me. I'll give him his credit. Interactions and inappropriate with women. Yeah, no, definitely not appropriate at all. I mean, I think I've said it before. Like, I think the dude was socially awkward, but at the same time, like a narcissist. I think he's got a very complex psychological makeup. Just looking at his history, like his past, just everything. He's developed a very twisted, interesting individual. Let me see. Yeah, that is true. That is true. Every good hunter stalks their prey, for sure. And then, like, too, the other thing that's frustrating is, like, a lot of people are like, well, he wasn't that smart. He wasn't that smart. He got caught. Well, think about it, like, how little, actual physical evidence that they got that we know of. I mean, he did a pretty good job going in after however many people he was going in after, and then coming out with so little, evidence on him or transfer. I mean, and especially people think that this is his first time. If you're in that mindset, then that even amplifies that like, damn, his first time he went in and did unalive 4 people, was able to do it in a way to where, law enforcement with this level of investigation is having a hard time, like, getting a lot of, like, evidence on him. So, you can't be that dumb. Thank you, Miss Julie Doak. Smash that like, y'all. All right, let me finish this article. She is doing what she can without going in public, he added. Mortensen and Bethany Funk, also 19, both survived the November 13th bloodbath, but lost 3 of their roommates, Kaylee Gonzalez, Madison Mogan, 21, and Xana Granado, 20, in the vicious attack. Xana's boyfriend, Ethan Chapin, 21, was also unalive. Brian Koberger, 28, a PhD student at Washington State University, was charged with the 4 unalivings and a charge of burglary. Idaho is a death penalty state. That's the other thing, too, is the burglary part. The burglary part. Because it's like, they're not saying breaking and entering, B&E. They're saying burglary, right? Which would mean that he took something, right? Or am I wrong here? I'm pretty sure that's how it works out, right? Let me see what you guys are saying in the chat. Criminal Med says it could have been he wanted frat women and went to the area and picked the house if he was near house 12 times. It's a possibility. It's a possibility. That sheath in the ring camera is where he messed up. I sometimes think the girls grabbed the sheath to get him caught. Bless her heart. Yeah, I mean, my opinion on the sheath was that it's in that one-piece suit. If that one-piece suit, I don't think he would be able to wear a belt. And then if his idea of take that one piece off quick, you wouldn't want to wear a belt. So my idea was that he probably had that sheath, the whole thing stashed in a pocket on that or in it somehow. And he had to take it out to do what he did. And maybe he like went to stick it in a pocket and it popped out. I don't know. But I feel like he messed up with the sheath because of what he had to wear to pull it off, cleanly. It's either that or the other crazy speculation is that if he is on this super high level of narcissism, and he's on this serial unaliver story arc. And like some of them think that they are next level, right? They think they're absolute geniuses. So some people speculate that he, purposely left it there, but missed cleaning the snap, sterilizing the snap. Some people, think that he might have left it there on purpose, wiped everything down, cleaned it, sanitized it where there wasn't anything on it, but missed that snap. Now that I think that might be a little bit of a stretch, but imagine if he did that. Imagine. That's scary, right? GT, good to see you. Good to see you. Thank you for being here. Sam, got to step away from chat for a bit, but I'll still be listening. Right on, Sam. Okay, so is that what it is? So I got to look at the definition in Idaho for what it is, I guess. So entry with a weapon. Okay, well then I guess that would make sense. Let's see. All right. Let's see what else. I'm not sure. I think that might have been it. No. We got more. Okay. Initially, details from the affidavit released in January said that Mortensen opened her door to find a man clad in black clothing and a mask with bushy eyebrows. In the affidavit, police describe how Mortensen froze in fear early on November 13th after spotting the killer, having opened her bedroom door after hearing noises in the 6-bedroom rental home. The witness is described as standing in a frozen shock phase as the man walked toward the house's back door before she locked herself in her room. She had opened the door twice before, once after hearing Kylie say someone was in the house, and again after the sound of crying came from Xana's bedroom. And like I said, I think I broke down like my opinions of why she did what she did and reacted the way she reacted. But I'll just keep reading. The teen told police that she had locked herself in her second floor bedroom after the encounter with the killer, who was wearing a ski mask at the time, but didn't dial 911. Police weren't called to the scene until 11:58 a.m., 7.5 hours after the student passed away. Funk is believed to have slept through the attack in her ground floor bedroom. According to the affidavit, Mortensen said that she was awoken at around 4 a.m. by what sounded like Gonclaves playing with her dog in the 3rd floor bedroom. So what I think she heard, trigger warning, what I think she heard was, at that point, that wasn't playing, that was an unaliving. And then the next thing she hears, I'll read that. A short time later, she heard Gonclave say, "There's someone here." The haunting affidavit reveals Mortensen looked out of her bedroom door but didn't see anything. So at that point, when she hears someone there, I think he's still up there. Right as she's saying that, she probably gets attacked, right? And unalive right at that point, right? So the second time she opened her door, she heard a male voice say something like, "It's okay, I'm going to help you." Which, dude, in my opinion, guys, that was him. That was the suspect, right? And we all know who the suspect is. Okay, so at 4:17 a.m., a neighbor security camera picked up audio of what sounded like a voice or a whimpering followed by a loud thud. A dog can also be heard barking numerous times. Bro, let me touch on that as well. It upset me so bad listening to content creators play that audio they all thought was this audio, and it ended up being that it wasn't that audio. But dude, one, why would you even want to play that audio, even if it was the real audio? Why would you want to play that? Like, you want to listen to these young kids get unalived? There is something ain't right about that. And then two, when I heard it, I'm at work, right? I have my earbuds in and all that, and I'm working. I'm not near my phone, so I can't like hit stop, this, that. And it's going off my ear. My hands are full, and I'm hearing it. And even though that wasn't the real, audio, dude, just try and like hearing that and thinking that was them, it sounded so horrible. It did. I was just like, dude, I will never do that on my channel. I'm sorry, guys. I will never play audio like that on this channel. I will not do it. It won't ever happen. Nothing like that, dude. I will never want to hear some little kids getting unalive like that. Okay, let me see. Where was I? Okay, so before I get started, let me make sure I've caught up in chat. Let me see. Let's see. Okay, then why were BF and DM texting during unaliving per Steve? No, that's what I'm saying. Dang it, Criminal Man. Why you gotta keep getting into stuff that we're gonna slowly get into? All right? You're getting ahead of me. I don't know. Is that gonna be one of those things that is vetted? Because at this point, it's like, unless there's proof and receipts of that, I don't know if we can believe it, right? But I heard the same thing. We're going to be covering that. No, I know. Yeah. Dude, and I've like literally tried to explain this to people, like literally medically try to explain it to people, show them like where you could go look up the medical information on what can happen to a person that experiences some crazy trauma. Like you literally go catatonic for days to months. It's insane. But some people can't believe that, for 7.5 hours that happened to her. Miss Sassy, good to see you, ma'am. Thanks for being here. All right, let me see. Okay, let me finish reading. Mortensen stated she opened her door for the third time after she heard the crying and saw a figure clad in black clothing and a mask that covered the person's mouth and nose walking towards her. And then, like I said, if he's coming from, that second story room and he's going towards the kitchen, as he's rounding into that little hallway entrance before going into the kitchen, her door is right there on the left. He's going to be coming into that in the dark and cutting her right towards that kitchen door. So Dylan's door was open, but it's all blacked out. There's no lights on. You're going to see nothing but shadow. So if she's standing in that doorway in the shadow, there's a good chance he doesn't see her. Add adrenaline, add visual snow if that's truly what he has. And tunnel vision, adrenaline, all that. He doesn't see her, man. In my opinion, he walks right past her. He doesn't see her. And then think about this too. If he had been planning on this, right, and had been watching the house, then he knew that in his head there should only be 4 girls there, right? Because one girl had moved out, and then one of the people that was there that night doesn't live there. There's only 4 girls staying there, right? So in his head, I'm going to go in, I'm going to unalive 4 people, except for there was 2 extra people. So maybe even in his head, he was like, man, I got them all, even to where he was like, I think, because you got to think, Dylan only said one thing about be quiet, Ethan, right? At the very beginning of it all. So maybe he thought he got whoever said that. I'm just saying, speculation, just saying, different ideas to think about. Let me see what y'all are saying. Turtle Gang, good to see you. Good to see you. Always good to see you, Turtle Gang. All right, guys, let me finish. The family of the victim, Kaylee Gonzalez, has defended Mortensen's actions. So that's another thing too, right? So they're saying that they were texting, or there's claims that Steve has said this, right? Or has somebody actually seen Steve say it? Or is this people are saying that Steve had said this? Because I've never seen Steve say that those 2 girls were texting during it. I've only seen it said in an article or regurgitated in a video by somebody else. I haven't seen that myself. So if somebody's got that link to that video where Steve says that those girls were texting during the unaliving, I would love to see that so I could be on point with it. But I haven't seen that. And all I have seen is Steve come out and actually defend Dylan. So I don't see why Steve would come out defending Dylan if Dylan had done that. It doesn't math for me, you know what I mean? But like I said, I could be wrong. If the video exists where somebody has seen Steve say those girls were texting during it, I would love to see it. I would love to see it. I need to have that information. Let me see. Attorney Shannon Gray, who is representing the Goncalves family, said Mortensen was likely scared to death when she encountered the man and insisted that she was still a victim in the case, which I also agree with, man. I hate that too, that I've seen content creators say that these two girls aren't victims. I'm like, what the hell do you mean they're not victims? Just because they didn't die that night, they're not victims? What do you call it? When somebody comes into your home, unalives a bunch of the people that live in your home, right? And leaves, and you're still alive. You're still a victim of that whole incident. You're a surviving victim. That's why there's survivor's guilt. Like, bro, I can't even with these people. I can't, man. Like, pick up a dictionary, bro. You know what I mean? Let's see what else y'all are saying. Yeah, thank you, Criminal Man. I figured you would look into it. I know that stuff's just coming out. We're going to cover some of those rumors, I promise you. Once we get through these articles, I have a little video by one of our bigger content creators where they're just dropping just all these rumors in it. So we're going to address all that stuff for sure. But I would like to know. I would definitely like to know, because that's such a twist, right? How is he going to sit there and defend Dylan if that texting stuff's true? It just doesn't jive for me. Yeah, exactly, man. I'm glad you guys agree with me. I really do. Like, that drives me crazy when I hear people say that those girls aren't victims. I'm like, what do you mean they're not victims? They're going to forever be traumatized for life. These girls are never going to lay down in a bed at night the same way a lot of us do. They just aren't. They're just not going to, because they had a point in their life where everything was good. Everything was jive, happy, college, everything's going good, living in one of the coolest houses to live in the area, went and laid their head down and woke up to insanity. So that forever takes away all your security. Let's see. All right. Let me see. Yeah, see, PTSD for real. On another level, Miss Donna, on another level. All right, guys, let's go ahead and finish getting into this article. In his interview, Appleman also described meeting with a childhood friend of Koberger, who said the alleged unaliver was mercilessly and relentlessly bullied in high school to the point that he had to listen to screamo music through earbuds to block out the taunting. That's part of the whole serial unaliver storyline arc that I believe has caused him to be the type of person that he is. If you just take and factor in everything the dude's been through in his life, I'm telling you, man, it's like you can't write a better script for a serial unaliver book. The friend reportedly rode the bus with him to school every day. This young woman had told me that she wished not to be named, but she told me quite a bit about him. He said to Banfield, she said that he was bullied almost constantly at a junior high, as a junior high student, as she was. Man, is this one of those projection stories where the person's like, oh, I don't want you to tell my name, but I'm going to tell you some stuff out of sympathy because I feel like this is the reason you did it. Like, what? I don't know. Anytime they don't want to tell their name, I got to question it. They were both nerds who didn't fit in. She said they were very close. They sat together on the bus almost every day. Koberger, she said, listened to music in his earbuds to block out the bullying, to block out the sort of chaos and darkness of the time period that he was living through. He added. She said that the administrators of the school did nothing about bullying at the time. Koberger would walk around the halls listening to screamo music and at times hip hop and rap. I mean, we've heard him spit some bars. Didn't he make some music? Or am I imagining that? Because we've heard so many different things. So I could have sworn somebody was saying that they had found music on him that he had made at one point. Appleman, who is a 25-year Idaho resident, was the first reporter Mortensen fathers agreed to speak with. He lives just a couple miles from the Mortensen residence, which he said may have given him an in. Well, yeah, dude, you're a local, bro. The course you gave you in on that one. When I went to speak to her father, I was able to just walk up to his house. Many national news correspondents had tried the same thing, Appleman told Banfield. They hadn't got very far. He's a rather large, intimidating man. I don't know if that's part of the reason why national correspondents couldn't break that wall and talk to him. No, bro, it's because you're a local. That's 100% the reason. You don't want to talk to no big people. I mean, his kid's getting just annihilated constantly. I wouldn't want to talk to anybody either. Let me see what y'all saying real quick. It is still no excuse for doing this. Many had much worse and rose way higher. Oh, yeah, criminal med. No, definitely. There's no excuse for it. I'm just saying, like, it literally is. Some people have the mental makeup to where they receive this kind of treatment and it makes them a harder, stronger, better person. And then there's others that when they receive this treatment, it breaks them down. And then they turn into either sad, don't do nothing your whole life type of people, or they turn into these angry, spiteful, I'm going to get back at the world type of people. And I feel like that was Kohberger. Was he tried, it sounds like he tried to build himself up to be something at certain points, but he wasn't that guy. And he turned into this guy. He's like, well, if I can't, kick it with him, I might as well, just, that's what I'm taking anyways. Yep. Definitely no excuses. Yes, indeed. Man, Miss Julie Doak, you got a story you could tell too about some PTSD. You definitely could. Maybe I'll get you to tell that story on the live sometime. You definitely got some stories. Don't let her fool y'all. She got stories. Okay, but he had a very nice bed and plenty of food and water. No, criminal man, that's the problem sometimes. Sometimes it's being too pampered will make you weak. And no, actually, most of the time, being too pampered will make you weak or make you an asshole. Let's be honest. So he was pampered, had everything. He lived in a nice area, but he was weak. So he got picked on at school. And instead of hardening up, becoming something, he broke down and became something evil. My opinion, just my opinion, allegedly. Let's see. Oh yeah, Miss Donna Clark shouted you out on Turtle Island. I was like, hey, this is about me. Why you shout mama out? No, I'm just playing. Oh yeah, no. I'm with you. Criminal med shit. I already told you. I want to sign up for the firing squad. I'm with you. There ain't I just love the psychology of it, right? That's what I love about this one is I've got to go and deep dive this man's history, his past, and from all the other research I've done on serial unalivers throughout the years, the copious, endless hours of documentaries I've watched and stuff I've read. So going back and looking at Kohberger's life, it's like, damn, this is how you produce unaliver, a serial unaliver. This is how they're made right here. The wrong person under the wrong circumstances. This is what you get. Okay, let's see. Where was I? Okay. Let's see. Where was I? They hadn't got very far. Blah 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 blah. Why Appleman was the first reporter Mortensen's father agreed to speak with. He said, I don't know if I caught him on the right day or what, but he hadn't spoken to anybody else. He had turned down the New York Times. I had Idaho plates on my car. Maybe it's exactly what it is, bro. Why are you capping right now? You already know why he spoke to you. You're a local. I had Idaho plates on my car. Maybe that had something to do with it. I've lived here for 25 years almost. I live just a couple miles from Dylan Mortensen, actually, and a couple miles in the other direction from her father, he added. I was able to pull up to his house. He answered the door. I told him as an Idaho guy researching this book, and I don't know if I caught him on the right day or what, but he hadn't spoken to anybody else. He had a very large dog, and that was watching me very carefully. And I think Brent Mortensen was watching me very carefully too. he has a lot of reason to distrust reporters. I think that's it, though, guys. That's the end of that article. So that's the info, man, on what's going on with Dylan. Yeah, I'm not for it, man. I'm not for her treatment. I'm not for the way people have been doing her at all. At all. I think it's wrong on so many levels. Wait up. No, that's not what I wanted. Wait up. Come on, system. Work with me, computer. The computer's like, nah, bro, it's Saturday night. I need a day off. Come on. All right. Give me a second, guys. This computer's lagging on me. Trying to pull up the next article that I had planned, not the one that I have up right now. Dang, if the computer will ever load. Okay. There we go. All right, let me catch back up in chat before we get into this next article. Criminal Med says, come on, system. You guys give me 1 second. I gotta try to reset this. All right, guys, I'm back. I don't know what's going on. Saturday night lag. Let me catch back up in chat before we get into this article, though. All right. Criminal Med. I was a Dahmer's victim ID team, so I got pretty emotional. What? See, that's another story I'm going to need you to come up and tell, Criminal Med. We're going to need to know about that story. Definitely going to need to know about that story. All right. April P., good to see you. Thanks for being here. That's what I'm talking about. Tomorrow night, maybe tomorrow. Everybody vote for your boy, Turtle Island. Oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Heck yeah, y'all brought the Turtle Island up. Oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Hopefully, I'll see y'all there tomorrow night. All right, guys. Let me go ahead and get into this article, right? Before my computer lags anymore. So, we got a little decision on this from this judge. And then we're going to get into this last little video clip so we can really get into the rumors. Let me see what else you guys are saying. You see, Criminal Med, I'm telling you. Criminal Med, when we get to members, if it's members only, if we do members only live, would you come up and tell stories? Like, you got some stories. There's a couple of you ladies that got stories. I want y'all to come up. Please. Don't make me beg you. Please. All right, let's get into this article. Oh, hindsight. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. All right, let's get into it. Promise is the last article I'm going to read y'all so you guys can stop fighting, falling asleep. All right? Let's. Boom. You see that? See that, Criminal Med? People want to hear the stories. All right. Moscow, Idaho. Idaho District Judge John Judge. That is so funny. The judge is Judge. Judge John Judge has denied the man accused of unaliving 4 University of Idaho students a motion to pause the case, which was in an attempt to dismiss the grand jury indictment against him. The judge says he denied Brian Koberger's request because it was too premature. Koberger's team argued that the indictment should be dismissed due to the fact that only 32 jurors were brought in for the case when 45 should have been present. The motion was based on Idaho Code Section 2-213, which states that a substantial failure to comply with selection of the grand or trial jury would allow a stay on proceedings or the indictment to be thrown out. The judge said the issue is Koberger's motion does not constitute a substantial failure to comply with procedures for selecting a grand jury, and as so, his request was denied. Yo, dude, come on. Let's be honest. The defense has literally thrown everything they could possibly throw so far in motions hearing to try to get this thing thrown out. Like, they've tried everything, anything and everything. Koberger's defense has 37 days to obtain or review the grand jury records to determine if they want to renew the motion to stay proceedings. Let me see what you guys are saying. Let me see what you're saying. Heck yeah. That's right. That's right. Oh, Criminal Med. Maybe they can try that there weren't enough chairs either. Oh, I knew you were going to have some stuff to say about this one, Criminal Med. Okay. Koberger's unaliving trial was scheduled to start October 2nd, 2023, but was delayed after he waived his right to a speedy trial at the end of August. Koberger is accused of unaliving University of Idaho students Madison Mogan, Kaylee Gonsalves, Ethan Chapin, and Xana Kernodle in the early morning hours of November 13th, 2022 in a shared off-campus house. I think that's it. Yeah, that's it on that article. So that's where we're at right now. That's some of the stuff that's going on in this insane case pending trial. It's like one thing after another. And every time something new happens with it, like the YouTube streets get a hold of like a little bit of information and they turned it into this big, crazy narrative or story. And I can't tell if some of these people actually believe the stuff they're putting out or if they're just trying to make, content, catchy content for the clicks, for them views, for the subscribers. I can't tell, but it's so frustrating. It's so frustrating when you try to look at a case or a trial rationally, critically, and it's got this much crap going on in it. But like I said, like recently, that seems like all the trials, they all have this going on. Idaho 4, Delphi, YNW Melly. I mean, the list goes on. It's just insane, right? The Solomon case, right? That's crazy. I mean, we're not even at trial at that one really, but just insanity, right? Or Crystal Rogers, right? That one is crazy too. It's just, I don't know, insane. Criminal said they provided no vegan snacks, perhaps. Is that what it made him snap? Is that what it was? Did Koberger go over to that house? Did he go over to that house one night to party? And he was like, you guys don't have vegan beer or vegan snacks? Oh, that's it. That's it. That's it. Y'all done messed up. You done messed up. I can't live in a world anymore where people don't have enough respect to provide me with vegan beer and vegan snacks. And he lost his damn mind. He did. He's like, that's it. That's it. Y'all are done. Y'all are done. Horrible host. Absolutely horrible host. Maybe that's what it was. Okay. Hindsight says, it boggles my mind. So many think either Koberger couldn't have done it alone so quickly, or that he couldn't have forgotten to clean under the snap. Can't wait for the trial. Me, dude, I couldn't have said that better. Hindsight, I couldn't have said that better. I can't either. All right, Miss Julie Delp. See you later, Mom. Love you. Y'all thought that was funny, huh? Comedy hour with your boy. You guys know I bring the comedy, man. You know I bring the comedy. I don't bring you just true crime. You gotta have some entertainment. You know, we're gonna cover heavy stuff. You gotta keep it entertaining. Oh boy. So you know, any of you guys want to jump up here? You can react to this video with me and give me your opinions on what y'all think or what you think about, you know, this case so far. Give me your opinions. There's a lot of people that have strong opinions on this case. So if any of you guys want to jump up here and react to this at any given point, let me know. I'll drop the link. Y'all can come up and say your piece on it. Like I said, I want to start getting you guys to come up here on these lives with me and chop it up, because I feel like you guys have a lot to say. You guys do say a lot in chat, but I feel like you have even more to say, but it's a lot to type. So you come up here, you don't have to show your face. You know what I mean? You keep your little icon up and stuff, and you can give your opinions on it. And I'll do it one at a time too, where you guys don't have to worry about having to argue with somebody else on panel. And you guys know I am not going to argue with you. I don't argue with you guys in chat. We just, you know, have opinions and speak. But yeah, let me know if you guys want to come up. Anyways, let's get into this last video here. It's only 11 minutes plus, and this video is by Jay for Justice, or yeah. So hopefully I don't get struck for it, but this video that got put out today covers a lot of the stuff, the talking points that I want to go over, and yeah. So I figured we'll run it. Let's see what else y'all saying. So Sam says that would be fun, but she got to work up the nerve. Well, look, I'm telling you, getting up here on a, you know, as a guest spot, panel spot, however you want to look at it, it's just like talking on the phone. You know what I mean? Just like talking on the phone. Don't even look at your screen at all. Literally, don't even look at your screen at all. Just hit the link. You know what I mean? Enter, and turn off your. Once I see your face and I know it's you, you know, you just turn your bill off and come up and just talk. It's just like you're talking to somebody on the phone, right? Just talk. Don't even think about anything's being recorded. Don't think about people watching you. Just get up and give your opinions. That's all you got to do. It's not that scary, guys. I promise. Look, dude, I do this stuff every day. I jump up in front of this video, you know, this camera every day. It's not that bad. I promise. I promise. Yeah, you know what? Go ahead and do that, Criminal Med. I'll go ahead and give her that credit on that for sure. Definitely, if you could drop that link, I'd appreciate it. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get into this. Give me some twos in chat if you guys can hear it.
Hello and welcome back to Jay is for Justice. In today's video, there's a Walmart receipt for a Dickies jumpsuit.
All right, guys, give me some twos in chat if you can hear it. Some twos in chat. All right, Nanny423. I see the two. I see the two. Thank you, Sam. I see the two. Thank you. Thank you. And then once Criminal Med drops that link for J's for Justice, if you guys can go over there, give the video a like. If you like the content of there, obviously subscribe. Great channel. But you know what I mean? Give some love. Maybe I won't get stricken for using this content. I'm not trying to get on anybody's bad side, but this video has a lot of good information in a quick amount of time. So it's like perfect for what we're doing. All right. Mama Chell Bell, good to see you. Good to see you. Oh, Oh man, is that your backup, Rooster? Your phone broke, bro? I was wondering what happened to you last night because I was like waiting for you to pop on the live. I was like, dude, he said he was gonna come on, and you never popped on, bro. I'm sorry, that sucks, dude. All right, guys, there's the link for. Yeah, there's a link for J is for Justice. Like I said, if you can go over there and give this video a like, I'd appreciate it greatly. Since we're about to, use it for, reaction. It's your wife's phone. That still sucks, bro. I hate when phones break, man. It's such a pain. But it's good to see you, brother. Good to see you. Tell the old lady and the little girl I said hi. Much love. All right, guys, let's get into this because there's some juice in this.
Bethany Funk and Dylan Mortensen were texting with one another during the murders. The FBI sent the Gonsalves family a letter. I got some bombshells, guys. Let's get into it.
That's one of the things I really want to know is that he said the whole texting thing. I want some receipts on that. I want some verification on that.
As you may already know, Howard Blum is a reporter who has done extensive reporting on the Moscow murders. Just today, a podcast called The Morning Meeting with Ashley Baker and Michael Haney was released. This is a podcast where they talk with the airmail editors, and that is who Howard Blum writes for.
Pat Gaines, you ain't playing. The BK trial is gonna be insane for sure. Oh, it's definitely gonna be insane because it's already been insane to this point. Everything about this case has been absolutely insane. So the trial, definitely. And come on, guys, like I said, that judge kicked the whole can down the road for deciding on whether there's gonna be cameras or not, right? And I don't think we're getting cameras, guys. I don't think we're getting cameras. I really don't. So that being said, no cameras in this trial. The insanity, the speculations, it's going to be so bad. It is going to be bad.
This podcast came out October 7th, 2023. And there are some bombshells in here that I wanted to share with you guys and get your thoughts on. Steve Gonsalves and his daughter, Olivia.
Yo, dropped it walking out of work, screen cracked like the 80s. Yo. Oh, Rooster, bro, you're so funny. True Seeker, good to see you. Good to see you, ma'am.
They put their detective hats on and found some pretty important information.
Work suit, which is a work suit that covers you from your neck to your legs and your arms. And the police are now...
Bro, this suit, I'm telling you guys, I've been saying this from the jump. Like I said, my Idaho 4 playlist is huge. And you go all the way to like the beginning. From the jump, I've been talking about this one-piece jumpsuit. Some type of one-piece jumpsuit.
Hypothecating that Oberg wore this work suit, the Sticky's work suit, which he bought for $49.99 at a Walmart in Pullman, Washington. He wore this during the killings, and then afterwards he took it off, threw it into his trunk, perhaps in a garbage bag, and that's why there was no blood in his apartment or in his car. And again, the police have this receipt.
That's literally what me and Roger Lynn have been speculating for months. Literally since like January, me and that guy have been speculating on literally the stuff that's being said in this video. When I watched this video, I was like, okay, all right, now we're on this point. Now y'all finally caught up to this point. My Lord.
So all of these months, those of us who have speculated that he could have worn a monkey suit could explain the lack of blood evidence. Oh, but Steve's not done yet. There's more.
Steve's investigation has also found out some more evidence. Since the beginning of this case, one of the great mysteries is, and has been, 2 roommates survived. One of them, according to a police affidavit, saw the killer walk through the house. She stares at him, and then she goes back to her room. And for the next 8 hours, nothing happened. Well, according to what Kaylee's father has found, there has been evidence presented to the grand jury that says that these 2 roommates, during the course of this murder, were texting to one another.
Dude, I need to know if that's true. I need to know if that's true and not just hearsay. It doesn't make sense to me, though. Like, I feel like that would be in the affidavit, right? Like, why isn't that in the affidavit? And it seems like everything else, as far as like the sequence of events, was in the affidavit, but not that. Like, I don't know. I'm iffy on that one.
and that at one point they even sent a text saying, oh my gosh, I think someone's being killed. And if this is accurate, because again, this is what Steve has found at the grand jury, if it's accurate, it raises a really troubling question. They knew that something was happening in the house. If they suspected that someone was being murdered, why did they wait 8 hours before informing the police? That is one of the great mysteries of this story, and one that Steve is trying to
If
find.
this is true that the two girls were actually texting one another, listening to the killings go on, how does this change your feelings about the surviving roommates, or does it? Could they have been scared to make a phone call? I don't know. One can only speculate at this point because everything that we've heard is just so bizarre.
Dude, that's all we can do is speculate at this point about a bunch of this stuff, is there's no actual receipts.
I still want to give the girls the benefit of the doubt, but hearing these things does raise some questions.
Bro, Rooster, we gotta get a live together though, so you can come up and give your opinions on this, man. Give your information on this so that people can see that I'm not one-sided on the way I see things, and I'll go back and forth with people. But literally one of my best homies has a completely opposite theory than I do. We need you to get up here, get your stuff together so we can do that live. I want you to get up here and just drop knowledge, drop all the stuff you got. Really get people confused. Let's see what else y'all are saying. Yes, hindsights. I agree with that. Interesting. See, you gotta stop giving away the juice, Rooster. You gotta save it for the Wait, Brewster, let me get back to you on tomorrow, though, because we got that game show popping tomorrow, and I'm not sure what time the game show's going to air. But we all got to show up to that game show tomorrow to get me on the island, bro. There's only 2 spots left. Oh, you want to come up now? All right. You want to come up now, or do you want to plan for like an actual show? All right, man. Rooster comes up here, you guys. Prepare yourself. All right, prepare your brains, because yeah, he's about to drop stuff on you all, make you think about a bunch of crazy stuff. It'll be fun. Let me see. Get the link. All right. Okay, let me know when you log onto that laptop, brother. Okay, let's continue while we're waiting on him to get logged on.
And Steve has also discovered something else. He's found that the prosecution and the authorities are sitting on a witness. What this witness knows, what this witness has seen, remains a large mystery. Steve set out to try to talk to this witness to discover this for himself. He really is determined to get to the bottom of the things. And then something totally strange happens.
Here we find out that Thompson and the rest of the prosecution team has a secret.
All right, brother, you ready for that link? All right, cool. Let's see. There you go, brother. We'll do is we'll get Rooster up here. I'll let him drop some of the stuff he wants to drop on y'all, and then we'll finish up this video. Hopefully StreamYard's working, man. My service been a little bit spotty today. All right, I'm gonna play this video while we wait for him to get up with us.
Witness up their sleeve. But similarly to the way the FBI contacted Gabriela Vargas, the quote-unquote DNA expert, it seems the Gonsalves family was also contacted by the FBI.
The FBI sends a letter to his lawyer, who's Shannon Gray, Steve Gonsalves' lawyer, saying that back off. This witness came to us under an edict on a tip line saying that we would protect his confidentiality. And if you try to contact
All right, there's Rooster, guys. Let me get him up here with us. All right, brother, I'm gonna add you
Tom,
up.
what up?
What's up? You up, brother? You up with us?
What's up, everybody?
You
How
up?
y'all doing tonight?
Yeah, they all got stoked whenever you started talking about coming up. Do you want to finish this video with me and then drop your knowledge? Or do you want to drop the knowledge and I can finish the video? I don't know what kind of time frame you're working with.
So what I'll do is I don't have any of my notes with me right now. I had a pretty much 12.5 hour day at work, broke my phone. I was trying to get to you diligently yesterday, my guy, but just with scheduling, and I haven't even shaved, dude. Like I'm rocking the beard still, so I'm catching up to you, my guy. But so I do want to drop a little bit of insight. As Tom was saying, I do have a completely different view on the Idaho 4 case, and why that is for one, I always look in between the lines. For two, nothing is as it seems. And three, when it comes to any investigation, there is no such thing as a coincidence, right? That's just a straight red flag, a neon sign saying, come over here and get me. Now, the fourth piece of which makes me feel the way I feel is going to make me a little biased, but my family and I lived in that exact town, Moscow, Idaho. To be in fact with you, we lived in Troy, Idaho, which is about 15 minutes outside of it. And my friend who I moved there for, my buddy was my old boss. His dad was the retired sheriff, prosecutor, judge, everything. I met Mr. James Fry once or twice. Had a couple run-ins with the police myself because they didn't like people with fast cars. They don't like people from outside of their town, Idaho.
I can vouch for that. I know people from Idaho, right? I know people that live there, are from there, and I know transplants from Cali. And dude, you're not lying. They're like that. They don't like outsiders.
Yeah, and by the way, Tom, my wife Showa says hello. She is one of your biggest fans. She's always watching, lurking your videos, man. She's actually stood up. I'm at work. I was like, "What are you doing, baby? I love you." She's like, "Oh, I'm watching Tom." I'm like, "Look at you, man. Go ahead." So, and Belisa, every time she sees your video, she starts doing with bro. That is your thing. She loves that, man. So just thank you for bringing that joy to my family, brother.
Oh, dude, all love. Thank you, brother.
And you got and all my mods out there that show me support every time I show up. I love all y'all very much. Julie, Sam, all y'all. Y'all are just from the top to the bottom. Y'all are great. Y'all need to walk on toilet paper because y'all are the shit. So back to it. So when I lived in Moscow, I realized it was really like that. Like they're really not okay with it. So one thing that I want to get out is I know y'all have probably seen this in other videos, but I'm not bullshitting and I'm not biased and like I'm trying to get views, right? So that town runs on the college. It runs on that, right? If it did not have University of Idaho and on this little bitty like road, I'm talking people bike it, walk it, jog it. It separates Moscow, Idaho from Pullman, Washington. Y'all know that, where BK lived. Now, one thing they say is, well, everybody was there. So Pullman, Washington, it's kind of like sections of Anchorage, Alaska, where an earthquake hit it. The Palouse, it's really hilly, and it reminds me a little bit of what I've seen from San Francisco, where the streets and all that, it's like, like kind of like New York as well, really close together. Moscow is like it's more spread out. It's got more space. It's got more parks. It's more things to do over there than you could do in Pullman. Now, sure, Pullman's got stuff going on, but the party spot is like Moscow. It's like the neighbor's house that his parents is never home, right? You have all the stuff going on. So him being in that area at night, I really can't say that would make it sus. If he was in that parking lot, yes, but my biggest thing is the data that they have for him, they won't release exactly where he was at. With the cell phone saying that, I'm on, let's just say I'm at Tom's house, right? And then he goes, all right, I need you to go get us some pizza. And I go to the pizza. Now that cell signal may say I'm still in his deal, because that may have been when it was turned off, when it was on, or where it pings, or where the cell phone is still, the tower itself is pinging the phone. So that data that they have only proves that he was in Moscow. It doesn't prove that he was up at that house, and they have no footage from that, which brings me back to my original point. My original point thing that I strayed from was it's everyone's in Moscow, so they can't say that him being there was a horrible thing. All of his Instagrams where he was following those girls, I don't have Instagram, so I don't know, turned out to be somebody else's profile. He was not following them at all. So then the incel deal, what the media will not talk about is he had a girlfriend, an Asian girlfriend at that, right? Somebody who he was seen with that night, somebody he was seen with that week. So saying that he was an incel and he stalked those girls, it didn't really fit. In my personal opinion, what I think happened was it was either something, and then I'm not sure, I can't give you the exact story, I wasn't there, and I can only go by with information I had put together, but it was either something to do with the frat house, because the police looked into it. There was too many people on 4chan, on Reddit, talking about, like, these people named. One of the gentlemen, David Loke, or Sean Loke, whenever one, they called him Dirty South Loke, skipped town, like he was gone. And they were saying how they made it. They were saying how they did it, how they made it back to the house and there in 19 minutes. They wore baggy clothes. They ditched the clothes. Everything they used, they dumped in a river and stuff like that. Like, it was one of those things where all this evidence was coming up. And then you think about, well, why would they frame this dude? You can talk to him. Go ahead and answer it. Talk to him. The reason why I think they did it was because of, it's like this. I live in Louisiana. We have the French Quarter. Mainly people come for the French Quarter. If we didn't have the French Quarter or Mardi Gras, would Louisiana be anything more than a southern town? No. I believe they found somebody that they could pin this on because school season was starting up, right? It was coming.
Yep.
And if they didn't have someone to pin it on, people were going to withdraw. People were leaving. How would they know right away about telling people to go right back to class? The freeze is lifted, go back. And the biggest red flag to me that I have a serious issue with, and just from being into true crime and getting into it, my family being in law enforcement, one of my closest friends being a high-profile attorney, the police investigating him have been caught and charged with falsifying evidence. And then the person, and this is another thing, the cop that's investigating him, Officer Payne, the one who found the sheaf, his friend was the guy, BK, I don't know the guy's name because I know, but the guy who was killed by SWAT, who was in the Army, avid hunter, so he was good with knives, and knew
Brent Kopaka.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, Brent Kopak knew the girls from Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. Now, one thing I tell you about Coeur d'Alene is if you live in Coeur d'Alene, you have a lot of money. Like, Coeur d'Alene is like your paid area, because my job, I was a district manager and I had to train in Spokane, Washington. And they had sent me to Tri-Cities, which was like Kennewick, Pasco, and something else. I forgot what that was. But when, going through that, I learned about the lives of the college kids and how everything is basically really that. But I also learned this, is that any drug you wanted could be found in Moscow, could be found in that town right there. Like, anything you wanted. It was like a serious party town. Now, MPD didn't play that shit. But when I was there, this is insider information. I will save all the juicy stuff. But I know for a fact that the police department was redone when a new sheriff took over, a new chief of police, because he didn't like the old school way of thinking. They were like, nah, this is modern. We can't really hem kids up, college kids up. We want it to be more fair and not like the old school 70s, picking on kids for smoking cigarettes after school. And a few, there was some cops there that I thought were pure trash, but there were also some officers there that were good people and were fair. And I haven't seen any of these people involved in it, which is weird. Not even heard their names. So that's the thing to me, is I look at the red flags and I can't just write it off. But then I think about it like this. He very well could be guilty. We don't know this dude, right? We don't know anything about him, other than what the media said. But if you look at it with an unbiased opinion, all right, I don't know this dude, I'm not going to sway it, right? I'm going to look at it as an investigator with no personal investment in this. There's too many red flags to go, we know for beyond how our justice system works, beyond reasonable doubt, that he is 100% guilty of this crime. Not just that, why are they fighting over giving up the evidence? Why are they trying real hard not to do it. It's like the more they do it, the more they go for the speedy, nope, he did it, just hurry up, admit it. He did it, admit it, he did it, admit it type of thing. Makes me go like, it's the same as somebody saying, I'm gonna make you rich. Sign, no, don't read, just sign. It makes me say that, you know? And that's how I look at it. But someone like you, who has this brain that the good Lord blessed with like the knowledge to look at things like, and I don't mean that you're a child, but with the honesty of a kid, like, hold up. You was mean to me before. So you have that thing to look at it too of an investigator. So it does balance out a lot. And that's why we want to do the show for you guys, because I have notebooks of this. He has it too. And we are on Discord firing this up. Like I'm actually making y'all, I don't want to ruin a surprise, but I'm making him an intro. New intro that's coming. It's gonna be how he can use it, how he wants it. I'm helping another Discord, so there'll be a main channel for everybody. Then he'll have one for like for his merchandising, for like his special interest things. Like he is the Piscine Predator, so maybe he'll throw some fishing stuff up. So we have a lot of stuff down the pipe coming for you guys. And I suggest this. I say, how many times do you like to see this man do a live while he's fishing? Come on, man.
I'm working on it.
Come on, man. Bro. You the real Piscine Predator, brother. Pull a fish out the water, ask him, do you think BK did it? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You know that's been in the works. That's a plan. That's a plan for sure.
It is. But that's my theory, and I appreciate you letting me, get on and say that. I really wasn't ready to, but I felt that it was a perfect time because, we have so much lined up for this, and you make some very valid points. But and this is a thing that disgusts me as well. If you go to the Reddit for the Moscow murders, right, the Idaho 4, if you say anything about him being innocent, it's already a cult status. Like, but what if, or can we think about this? Like, look at this missing piece. Doesn't this not? Can you at least admit this doesn't make sense? It's like a mob mentality of being swarmed. No. He has to be guilty. And I feel anytime the media does that and pushes that, David Copperfield said, look right here, so you can't see him getting scooted off in the back, right? So I feel there's something more to this. Maybe dude's in on it. Maybe he's a really good actor. We don't know. But there is too much money involved to say that, because if they wouldn't have found a killer, that school would have closed. Both of them, WSU, but there's a murderer on the loose. 4 kids got murdered in their home. And here's the deal. This is the thing that gets me. 8 hours, she didn't call the cops. Did she not make a statement and say, I was in a shocked state? Why were you in a shocked state? If you was in a shocked state, what had you shocked that you could go back in the room and go straight to sleep and sleep for 8 hours? If there was so much blood, it was coming out the house, how could you not see that? Why would he leave her alive and not them? You mean to tell me you texting with your friend, you think there's somebody playing with a dog? I mean, brother, I'm as a martial artist, I've gotten in the fights from somebody from a crazy neighbor. I can tell from the house with 6 Italian brothers and sisters. I know when someone's playing with the animal or when somebody's fighting over player 1. Right? There's a big difference. Who wants to play? Super Nintendo got the first controller back in the day where there was no split screen. That's a fight. You hear yelling, screaming, your body's hitting the floor, thumping. Right? If anybody who's ever lived in an apartment, can you tell when someone's playing with their dog, or can you tell when that couple just had that moment of the week? Oh, it's Friday. Them checks is out. They got their burnettes. They hitting it hard, right? Here comes the police. They're gonna drag it out again. Next week she's back, and the landlord ain't kicking them out, right? That's the difference. There's too much.
You know what? Like you're so right though on the tribal thing. It's like most people with this case, they cannot talk about the case together. Like we have opposing views on it, right? We're fine. We talk, we cut it up, whatever. But literally, us just having this conversation alone, right? Like literally, you're making heads explode right now. Like, it's so crazy, dude.
Right? Now think about it like this: if it's such a shoe-in case, and you a prosecutor, you a lawyer, did they hide any evidence from OJ? No, they said, look, we got this, we got the glove, we got the Bronco, we got the look, get him. Right? But then like, no, we can't tell you, but he's guilty. Well, all right, well, what makes you say he's guilty? No, he's guilty. It's like, bruh, if you know where mom hides the Christmas presents, but you saying you can't tell us, you lying. That's like, I know who killed Tupac. That's a secret. Now you lying. right? And that's how I feel they playing, brother. I feel they and dude, I'm gonna be real. I think another large part of why they are hammering down on this is because all eyes are locked on that. So any other stuff that would have been brought into it, the lady who made the I saved this, brother, but it's on my phone, right? It was on. I was on Google, YouTube, not my actual app. There was a lady who came out and said she was the neighbor. Now get this, she was the neighbor. Like her building was directly across the street. She said no less than 30 minutes before this went down, the chick that survived was it Bethany, right? I'm sorry, I got a very long day at work.
Well, Dylan and Bethany.
Dylan and Bethany was on the porch smoking herb with 4 dudes. And then she identified him as the guy from another video that she got pulled over with and arrested. The other chick that was looked in. So 30 minutes before there's 4 people there and nothing happens. Not just that, brother. If they picked up food from the food truck, why would she order Uber? I mean, Uber Eats or what's the takeout one?
Yeah, DoorDash.
DoorDash. There you go. Why was she ordering?
But see, with that one right there it was the girls that from the food truck, the 2 from the food truck, they're not the ones that ordered the DoorDash. It was the girl and her boyfriend that weren't with the 2 girls at the food truck.
Xana and Ethan.
Yeah, they're the ones.
I think they were the real targets.
See, in my opinion, I don't even think that Ethan or Kylie were supposed to be there. In my opinion, I think there was 4 targets, but I think there are 2 people in that house that weren't supposed to be there, and that ruined the plans. That's my feeling on it.
Do you know that? What was? I'm sorry for forgetting their names, man. It's been a long day. What was the young lady's name? The blonde who was interviewed by the cops on the back porch.
Oh man,
I can't see the chat right now, so.
I know what you're talking about. I watched that video too, but I can't remember which one of the girls that was.
Xana was at Criminal Minds. Xana actually was at the grub truck. Go back and watch the video. She actually was at the grub truck.
But yeah, so and then like the stuff you're talking about with like the neighbor coming out and saying like they've seen this, that's the whole thing is like since January, it's like there's been a bunch of different people going up on different content creators saying like, you know, they got inside information that they're from there and they've given all this information, but it's like none of it's can't vet it. You know, it's I don't know, it's crazy. But the thing with me though, where the stuff that you talk about is intriguing. The stuff that you're talking about is intriguing to me because when there is cover-ups, let's just say that I'm wrong on my opinion, right? And it is a cover-up and it's something crazy. The only thing that kind of lends itself to that is the fact that there is such, right? When there's cover-ups and there's corruption, it's always tied to money, right? So yeah, that's the only thing that's kind of intriguing about this with the conspiracy theories is like, I understand how college towns work. I understand how the party scenes are. I understand all that, and I understand how much money's behind it. So in that aspect, those things do kind of intrigue me. That's why I have an open mind about it. But yeah, so I just like the fact that I have people that I could talk to and like actually we could have opposing opinions on it, and everybody's cool, right? So like that's what I love about this community is like you could literally chop it up, and everybody could completely disagree and be cool with it. Like, but you go anywhere else, man.
Yeah,
go ahead. You drop an opposing opinion in the wrong chat room, they'll freaking block you. It's insane. Yeah, it's crazy, dude.
It is. I'm looking up the video of the grub truck so I can point out Ethan and Xana. I didn't believe they were there, but Ethan and Xana was there. All 4 of them were at the grub truck that night. I know it's crazy.
I'm telling you, this is why I got to get you up here with your notes, and like I got to get you up here with your notes, and I got to get you to like get video clips, right, for things that you want to touch on, because I want to do this though. I want to do this like on a straight up. We'll do an Idaho 4. Yeah. Just a straight up live where you come in and lay it all out, your thoughts and everything. I think it'll be fun. It'll be fun just to have some opposing views, some good conversation. Because what it'll do is it might clear some stuff up for other people and it might cement other people's opinions. You know what I mean? So I think it'll just be fun to do anyways, because it's totally opposing to what my viewpoint on it. So I think it'll be a good time, man. I think we should do that soon too.
Damn. Yeah, brother, I'm with you. I really am. I really am, my guy. Cause I couldn't believe it. Like, look, so I'm looking at the video right now, and I'm trying to find the one where it like points them out. But Ethan and Xana are in the back, and he's wearing a hoodie. And they actually like touch each other. They say hello to each other for a second. They're like standing by each other for a second in the back. They're all standing around each other, and I couldn't believe it. I was like, no way. And I had to like watch the video 4 or 5 times, and this guy was like, yeah, the media is like piecing everything together. And about the town not being able to survive if that happened. So the college wasn't sound. Like when I was there, people were getting fired that were been there for a long time. They were shutting down departments because, you know, of the economy and all that. More and more people weren't going there. Like Moscow, Idaho has a really big agriculture spot. And for like when I was there, and like, I forgot, it was like 2015, 2016, they said that the first time ever, it was like the lowest number of people coming to it. Like you couldn't find a job. My wife is a double major in nursing and in accounting. Like, you know, she is like the stereotypical Asian person, if you want to call her that. You know, like we joke about it all the time. And she could not find a job because they all cared about college kids. If you weren't a college kid, you got first come, first serve on everything because that's what drove the economy. They want college kids to come say, hey, it was easy for me to get a job. I got a place. It was a good school. So it was easy to fit in. But if, you know, anybody who lives in the town comes in, it's like that. They don't want outsiders. And I think that, you know, not just think, man, like I've seen it happen, and there was 2 other people came out and said it. If they didn't have a person, people were already like pulling out of classes. Like, would you want your child, your baby, to go to a school where 4 kids just got chopped up and they don't know who did it, but they're like, hey, we're not gonna let it happen again. Well, that's kind of how I feel.
Kylie's dad, Steve, I mean, he literally came out like that was one of his first things that he was talking about. It was like they're not saying stuff, they're worried about the school, they're worried about, like, that was what he was implying, like that nobody's stepping up, you know what I mean? Then it was why he constantly implied that it's that same issue about the school and the attendance, and I think a lot of people question that too. But yeah, man, there's so much, man. There's so much to this one. It's wild. But yeah, so when am I gonna get you up here to do like the full Idaho 4 show?
So look, brother, man, I'm the boss where I work, so I choose my days off. You just let me know when you want to get it done. I'll actually shave and I'll look presentable. I've been putting in the hours, man, and I haven't been able to stop. And if I'm not putting in the hours at work, I'm putting in the hours with the family, you know. Good and man. So that's the main thing. The girls come for, you know, Christ, and then my girls, man. So that's what I really try to focus on, and then watching your stuff, man. When I'm not doing any of that, you know, or usually if we're watching like, you know, Steven Universe or something, I'll have my notebook in my hand or my laptop out trying to put together, you know, some ideas for the channel or how we could get more network and stuff like that. I've been trying to get sponsors for you. I've reached out to a couple, so that's another big thing, like Ridge Wallet and a couple of like fishing tackle companies, stuff like that. Try to get them to throw some stuff to you. That's why I'm talking about the fishing video. So yeah, I'm kind of spilling a lot of beans, guys, but that's kind of what I do for the channel and what I am. I'm trying to drive it and get it more known, and to the point to where they're offering him money for it, and he's like, no. So that's the main goal. But you know, I appreciate you letting me take over your show once more. I hope I rustled some jimmies in the chat. I hope I got somebody. Going.
Oh, you did, bro. I guarantee you did. I did. And I'm sure there's people that ain't even in chat. They're in the bushes or catch us on replay where they're gonna be like, "What the fuck? What? Oh."
Yeah. And then I have surgery. Not just that, I have surgery in like a month or 2 to get my grill fixed. I got my caps knocked out being a roughneck, so I get those fixed pretty soon. Thank God. It's been a long road with that, but once, you know, man, just let me know. You got my number. I'll have to log into my Discord again and then get your number, because until then we'll have to like swap out, because that phone was my lifeline, man. I got all my crypto stuff, everything on it, dude. Yeah. I mean, it's backed up, and then the phone itself is encrypted, which is why when it broke, I'm like, now I have to bring it to my buddy to fix it, because I don't bring it to just anybody. You know, it's like I'm gonna sit there, he's gonna put the screen on in front of me, like, here you go. Like, no, you can't have my phone for a week. Yeah. You know, so lots of stuff. But hey, guys, everybody in chat, I appreciate the love, support, and dedication y'all give to the Real Piscine Predator. Tell your friends, tell your mom, tell your sisters, tell your brothers, you know, and forget to love one another and live every day like it's your last. Put God first and know that there is no such thing as the sky being the limit, because we already been to the moon. So how can the sky tell us when to stop? We can just keep going. The universe is infinite. Make your own world. Develop your weaknesses, right? Put God first. Be humble and always strive for the best. Plan for the worst, right? Tom, I love you.
Love you
To
too,
the
brother.
chat, love y'all very much. We got some big stuff coming. Stay tuned. And for Turtle Island Brand, me and my wife both is gonna get down on that too. So I
Thank you,
appreciate
brother.
it, my guy. You got it, man.
All right, man. You guys have a
Peace.
good night. Peace.
You too.
All right, guys. All right. So that was just a little taste of what the show's gonna be like. I know some of you all are, you know, of one opinion on it. I know that's an alternative opinion, but you know how I am. I like everybody's opinions. And if I feel like it's gonna be good information to make you think, or at least entertain y'all, we gonna do it. So I think that show at Rooster is gonna be really fun. And trust me, he didn't touch on a lot of stuff. He's got a lot more stuff. And when you hear the rest of it, you'll understand why I think it'll be a good show. So either way, much love, Rooster, for coming up and sharing that with us. All right, guys, let me see what we got on the chat. All right. Yeah. Okay. All right, guys, let's go ahead and finish this video we was all getting into. But anybody else want to come up? Just let me know. Anybody else want to pop up here and give their opinions? You know, you got a spot.
Contact him. If you in any way reveal his identity, then you will be in violation of federal laws. And he felt he had no choice but to back off. And at the end, all he can say, there's a lot more to this story than the media knows at this point. And this mystery has remained, and it hovers over this entire tragedy. And Steve, I believe, rather courageously, is trying to get to the bottom of things.
I understand for the integrity of a case, grand jury witnesses are supposed to be kept private. And if they thought that the Gonsalves family might reveal the name, it could blow the case. However, when you look back at this whole entire case, the evidence that we've seen so far, who could possibly be this?
Hey, you know what's funny too, guys? What's funny is that conversation, right? And just let Rooster get up and give his opinions, which I will do for any of the people that on this channel, right? Any of you guys have that open offer to come up and give your opinions. Totally open at any time, right? But he got up and gave that opinion, and I know that it goes against some other people's viewpoints and opinions, right? But what he was talking about, in my humble opinion, is no crazier than content creators like, you know, Crime Circus have put out. So I don't understand how, like, some people can give their opinion and it's okay, like they'll get praised for it, but like you could give an opinion that's not even as crazy. But if you're not somebody, or you don't go with somebody else's opinion, like, you get crucified. I don't know, man. This case is pretty crazy like that. And like I said, it's all opinions here, man. We just speculate.
Secret witness.
Potential witness is a real mystery. The only time it's been mentioned is to the grand jury. The grand jury sessions are sealed. The fact that it's not a rumor is substantiated by Shannon Gray, Steve's lawyer, receiving
Oh, I totally missed Map coming in. Map, good to see you, sir. Thank you for being here.
a letter from federal authorities telling him to back off.
So we actually have confirmation that the FBI did send a letter to Shannon Gray. And now we see why Steve Gonsalves backed off so hard like he did.
So on this one, we get a letter. So we know the letter happened, but I still want to know about the texting thing. I want to know. I need some facts on that. I need it to be vetted, because that will change my opinions on things drastically. If those two girls were actually texting during the event, that definitely changes my opinions on some things.
If it's so important that he has to back off, one has to wonder what it is. And it's just another mystery in a case that's filled with mysteries. I mean, the major question for all these months is coming up to a year since these murders occurred. And still, we really don't have a handle. We being anyone, even the authorities, it seems, have a handle on why. Why did these killings take place? Were they aimed at one of the victims? Were they aimed at just the house? Was it just happenstance? This is an answer that any curious individual that reporters want to get to the bottom of, or a family who lost a child. It's an issue of supernal consequence.
This part really had me thinking how difficult it is to lose a child in the first place, let alone lose a child in a brutal way, and then to have all of this red tape wrapped around this horrific murder.
Dude, like that's something I trip out all the time too. Is like, can you imagine being stuck in a situation where your kid's unalived in this crazy traumatic fashion, but you can't get answers because the answers you're seeking could affect the outcome of the trial, right? So that's got to be an absolute like eternal hell. I just couldn't even imagine.
Involving your child and not being able to get any answers.
Oh, Miss Jeannie Ange, good to see you. Good to see you. Thank you for being here, and thank you for always dropping them links and showing that love. I appreciate you. Top mop.
And it further infuriates me to see that this trial is just stagnant, just sitting there.
And also, thank you, Criminal Med, for dropping that link. That is J is for Justice. This is the video we're watching is from her channel. You guys can go over here, smash that like. If you like her content, hit that subscribe. It's a great channel. It's a good channel.
And in the whole grand scheme of things, there's victims' families that sit waiting for answers, waiting for justice. It's got to be grueling.
That exists on this case. Is the trial going to be postponed for 6 months or a year or even 2 years? Steve Goncalves believes it could perhaps be as long as 2 years. And that means he and his family are going to be living in this nether state for at least 2 more years, not knowing why their daughter was murdered. I think the fact that the prosecution and the defense have not publicly come out with a trial date is very disturbing.
Howard Blum uses these examples as a reason why reporters need to get to the truth in this case and why he doesn't agree with the gag order.
Think as a reporter that gag orders, especially such a prohibitive one has in this case, are detrimental to the truth coming out. And I think that Steve taking this on his own and going out trying to get to the bottom of the things, he's performing the sort of function that reporters usually do. And
yeah, he's performing a function that reporters usually do, but he's the father. So of course he's going to look for the information, but it's, what are you supposed to do as a parent? Like keep striving and pushing for that information that could potentially, leak and mess up the whole case, the whole trial? Or do you just sit back and like pray that law enforcement is telling you the truth and they're about to handle business properly? It's got to be it's an absolutely horrible position to be in, no matter what, no matter who did this, no matter any of the other noise, right? None of that, all that stuff aside, just that position right there, being a parent whose child is brutally unalived and not being able to get information because it may affect the outcome, of the case. It's heartbreaking.
I think in this sort of judicial darkness, the truth is buried and rumors just propagate. And I think there've been enough rumors on this case. That's one of the things when Steve begins his investigation, he gets so many leads.
Now Howard goes a little deeper with the description of what Steve's investigation actually led him to.
He gets a lead from a man in prison, a convict. And it seems quite promising. The convict makes an elaborate but very believable story. And Steve spends several months working with a private.
And that's one of the first things that parents in this situation have to watch out for is, dude, the prisons are filled with con men that will like come up with these crazy stories, acting like they know what happened to get some type of monetary gain from it. It's disgusting.
A detective going down this rabbit hole, trying to get to the bottom of the thing. At the end, he realizes it's phony. So he keeps on going.
In his quest for the truth, Steve Goncalves is going through all of these loops to get to the truth. It sounds like torture to me.
I think it's like an understatement, right? Torture at this point, understatement.
Anyone who gets infuriated over the fake news about these cases on YouTube or social media at all, listen to what these people that fake things put Mr. Goncalves through.
Trigger warning, man. If you got a heart, you hear what we're about to listen to. I'll tell you what. It's honestly, it's a miracle that Steve ain't behind bars. Because if I was in his position, I'd probably be behind bars at this point.
He also receives videos, and these videos allege that there were different cars in the area or different people. Sounds have been superimposed on the King Road house at night, and these videos are allegedly taken from light bulb cameras, CCTV surveillance, and these are very elaborate fraud. And the idea that there are people out there who are taking the time and energy to create these doctored videos is surprising and horrid. And again, it's also a reason why this gag order is detrimental to getting at the truth, and why Steve's quest is something I think to be admired and applauded. I feel filled with respect for a father who refuses to surrender to the horrible events of his daughter's death.
Needless to say, I have a renewed respect for Steve and the rest of his family. He is definitely the alpha of his family. And I can't imagine the emotional turmoil that they've gone through, sifting through all of the stuff that's out there.
You know what feels nice too is hearing a content creator talking positively about the family like that. Because think about like how much negativity that family took at the beginning of all this. Dude, Steve was literally a suspect. Like people were throwing his name in the thing when this first kicked off, dude. All the kids were suspects. All the parents were suspects because Steve stood up and was like, you know, trying to get answers for his family. People are like, I don't know, he's kind of aggressive. Man, I can't with this case on some of this stuff. It's ridiculous.
And not getting any confirmation from the authorities on anything. If you do anything today, guys, send good thoughts, prayers, vibes.
I agree with that, y'all. I've been doing it since the jump, man. I do that with a lot of pretty much all the cases I cover. I'm always trying to throw some love and some prayers to the family of the victims. Like, bro, that collective prayer, it helps. It helps huge.
Out to that family and all of the families of the victims of the Idaho 4. Well, that is the end of our video for today. Lots to.
All right, that is the end. Like she said, you guys, like, if you can, go check that link out. Go check her channel out. Smash the like on the video. Boom, boom. And yeah. Even leave a comment. It'd be nice too. But great video. A lot of information just stacked. So that was a lot more convenient than me compiling a bunch of like nonsense from here and there. All right. Let me see what else we got going on. All right. So, did anybody got statements, questions, anything for this Idaho 4 stuff? Anybody want to come up and give their opinions? Open stage. It's open. I'm just saying. Outside of that, though, I've kind of given my opinions on this stuff ad nauseum. I know, sure, some of you all get tired of hearing me give my opinions on this case. So, yeah, but if nobody's going to jump up, nobody wants to jump up here and give their opinion, debate a little bit, whatever, whatnot. I think it's about time to wrap it up, guys. That's all the stuff I pulled up for the show that I wanted to cover. This Idaho 4 stuff, I mean, we could be here all night really speculating and this and that on also so many little things. But yeah, I'm going to wrap it up though. Thank y'all for being here, man. I appreciate it. And on Saturday night, y'all could have been anywhere else, but you chose to be here with me. Appreciate it. Much love. Yeah. Links for all the socials in the description, both the channel description and the video description. One of those descriptions. And then the links for the donations, if you want to donate to the channel, they're also there. And then the email is also there. If you want to send me a case you want me to cover, or you have some information that you think I need, send it to me. Other than that, guys, that's all I got for us on this beautiful Saturday. Thank you again for being here. I appreciate you all. You'll have the most wonderful night. Sweet dreams, all of it. Love you guys. That being said, though, it's your boy, the Real Piscine Predator, aka TPP, baby. Until next video or the next live, I'm out, y'all. Much love. Peace.